I bet it's pretty hard for Rain or Cold to get up in the morning and just go walk over to their computer.
But here I was like, oh, I really don't know about this, but it's a more palatable way. It's a more palatable way to do it. We can see the current odds here. So FaZe are a dog at the moment, and I think they were even more of one when you put your chips down. So Semler's in a position to win big.
It might have influenced my decision, to go with FaZe. Not gonna lie. The return on Heroic just was not really too interesting there.
Yeah.
But we'll see how all that plays out, as it is going to be FaZe with some aggression in Ivy. At least Twist setting up shop. He'll be the early warning system over here. And in the meantime, Rain holding aggressive brown halls. I like it.
The death throes of Train in the map pool. I do love playing me some Train, and I'll still be able to play it, so that's good. But maybe not for these players, but while they have it, let's see what they can do. Rain with a lovely one-tap into the B bomb site. Started as he mean to proceed. Traded, though, by Nexa.
Dude, Rain's got such clean headshots, and then he misses the follow-up, and that's so unfortunate. But Cold Zera's in the mix, actually managing to bring it back to a 3-on-3 here. Bomb is yet to get planted with a minute on the clock.
If they do manage to plant the bomb, there is a smoke on Nexa's body, which he did consider throwing earlier on. 2v1 at present, maybe the smoke is less relevant. Trying to escape with the bomb as Twist engages. And now things get super weird. 2v1 choosing to rotate to the A-bomb site. But Twist doesn't know just yet. He has a defuse kit in hand. You can see Nico holding the angle with the P250 as Hunter goes for the default plant spot. See where he goes.
Oh, this is so unfortunate for Twist. At least he has a kit, Kevlar, decoy, but he has picked up that kit. And so if he can get a 1v1 situation here and get on that bomb, get defusing, there could be a chance for some shenanigans. I mean, Nico and Hunter, these are the two heavy hitters from G2. Kovac, they're going to take him to court. Done. Nico, side of the head, Twist is gone, and G2 actually winning a pistol round. Before this, man, out of 14 pistol rounds on Train, they'd won 3. So they actually win the pistol round, G2, on Train. That's going to feel good. That's
a huge W. Really important stats there. Very promising stats of winning pistol rounds, but of course you also need to win that anti-force buy round as well. And you can see that FaZe have gone for that force buy. 2 scouts are out for FaZe. If they can condition G2 to peek these tight channels, then maybe there's a chance for them. Big guns are out for G2 as they move quickly towards map control upper B at the very least. WMP and a single MAC-10. UMP slightly rising in popularity of late. Wouldn't go as far as to call it popular though. Of course that damage drop-off was increased and then it fell out of favor with everybody all at once.
It was too good though. I mean, when you're legitimately thinking of taking a UMP over a rifle, then you know the gun is too strong, and it has to be adjusted.
That was very dependable. See, G2 are expectant of some aggression. There's a pop flash, easily avoided by Rain. Potential crossfire not required, though. And they've got the bomb as well. Smoked off, this is a problem. G2 forcing their way forward with that UMP, but there's a trade, and that's not good enough. 4 versus 2. Carrigan will exchange fire, still at the advantage. Considering a Molotov into the smoke, trying to bait the push, and timing's not going to work out for him. Bomb can be rescued. Twisted and realized he was exposed, and things are turning around now. Or are they? Nico with 21 HP in a 1 versus 2. Things become more difficult. It's an interesting approach from G2 to this area. A very awkward position for them. And indeed, I did say you have to win that consecutive round. That looks less likely now. It is Nico, though. 14 seconds of which to plant the bomb, and Brokey has a very easy angle from Ivy. Starting to peek now, and oh my god, there could be a chance to do it. He can't take a bullet though, that was so close! Has he got time to plant the bomb? We're about to find out. He could actually win this, I can't believe it. Cold Zero with 24 HP, and there it is. He should have never won that, but it's Nico, of course. And G2, by the skin of their teeth, escaped that situation.
Rain is just sitting there going, dude, what else do I have to do, guys? Told you, his pistols are lethal. And so in the pistol round, gets 1, 2 kills with the Deagle, sets his team up for success, and yet somehow FaZe, it seems like communication being the issue there. Twist getting shot in the side of the head, no idea that he was vulnerable in that position. He gets caught for free, and that really starts the ball rolling for G2 in that situation, gets him back into this. So very weird round there for FaZe and a frustrating loss. These are 2 rounds where I'm sure they feel like they could have won it. So now they just kind of need to buckle down and show us some true grit here, that they can take a beating and keep going.
Such little time on the clock. Absolutely brutal start to this game for FaZe. On the CT side, no less, that was a great opportunity for things to speed up for them. This is a nothing round for them, or at least it should be. We'll see if that will be the case. There are 2 deals on deck for FaZe. NiKo has taken some control of the Ivy area. Doesn't quite know what's clear and what's not. That'll certainly help. We've got 1 player in heaven. coldzera with a nice off angle. NiKo, of course, playing against many old teammates. See if he's in tune with their habits. Really nice off angle from coldzera, but will it pay off for him? He's almost the last player left. There's NiKo, ding and a donk, and down he goes.
Oh, that would have been sick. Not meant to be, though. Hunter continuing to collect kills. I mean, it is worth mentioning that going into this match, I mean, things do feel like after that bumpy time at the beginning of the roster change when NiKo first came on board, and they're like, okay, he's going to op. That wasn't part of the... They didn't stick with that, fortunately. Although here he is picking up the AWP on that T side, interestingly enough. They started shifting the op around, and so you could see NiKo kind of come back into his own. But him and Hunter are just smashing faces for G2. Both of them are rocking a 114 rating going into this match. And when you have the Kovac cousins just going at it like that, you have more than enough firepower for what FaZe are bringing to the table, it feels like. At least coming into this match, individually, Twist is the only one who's approaching that kind of performance. Everybody else is kind of lagging back around a 1.0. And Kerrigan actually going for a real nosedive with like an 0.86. So...
That's a webcam full of hair right there.
That is that Twist?
That's the head bush.
It's got to be Twist.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about FaZe is that any of these players can go nuclear, Kerrigan included, although I'm sure he will try to take a backseat to the rest of the players. But he's definitely capable, knows how to turn on the aggression when required.
Well, Cold needs to break the legend of, or the curse of IGLing and then going back to rifles.
Well, let's see what Cold can do here. It's a great transfer for a second kill, falling back, staying alive as Jax tries to pre-fire with the bomb. Very tight shot from him, but Brokey's here as well, and down goes Hunter. 4 versus 2 with a minute 30 on the clock of smoke to create some space, and maybe there's a bomb planted it, maybe there's more, because NiKo's looking to clutch once again. 4 versus 2 made 3 by NiKo of the AWP. Trying to create some space for themselves as he makes his way down. See some tracer fires, but looking for Kerrigan. Can't quite make the connection though. Really trying to even the numbers fast as NiKo before they advance too far. Up the ladder, spots some positions, and there it is. Kerrigan with a massive headshot, leaving Jax with a lot to do. He can't do it on this occasion, and FaZe are on the board.
Getting into it, fine fashion, and there you go. You know, speak of the devil, Cold. All eyes need to be on him. He is the linchpin for this roster. I think he needs to step up individually, and he needs to fight back against the curse of taking over the IGL role and then being forced to go back to a fragging role. Players seem to struggle with that tremendously. You see a sharp dip in their performance, and you never really seem to see them come back into it. And so Cold has been fighting against that for quite a while now. If he could show up in this tournament and start giving us that star-level performance again, the Terminator, you know, he's out of the shop. Brand spanking new parts, just coming in, starts walking in, and G2 are just going to run. Things are going to look up here for FaZe, because then Twist doesn't have to do the heavy lifting by himself. He's going to have his teammates there to help him.
Twist and Brokey, each with an AWP now for FaZe. Very doable on train, 2 AWPs.
And Twist can really give a star-level performance on train as well. So, I mean, yes, if you look at recent results for FaZe on the map, touch and go, it's not the strongest map for FaZe by any stretch, and G2 could be thinking that this is a punish pick to really try and get ahead of FaZe in this best of 3. But Twist has shown that he can definitely rip heads off on this map, and so, you know, don't be fooled by the 0-3 so far. Can definitely turn that around.
These choke points are going to be problematic for G2 with a distinct lack of utility. At this juncture, they've got 1 flash left, but the second last one is when they start the bush, and Rain with a flurry of kills make it 3 from E-Box. NiKo and Hunter remain 54 seconds on the clock. The bomb is in no man's land, and so is the body of Rain, but still, there's a lot for them to do. NiKo not shy to play the clock, as we saw in that initial clutch in the second round. You can see Twist moving around on the bomb site with the AWP. With NiKo live, will definitely be a nervous situation. You can see he's uncomfortable with his position as there's no cover for Ivy, and he's forced to fall back. So there's a chance for the bomb to be collected now, and Ivy becomes more important for FaZe to hold. That would really limit the chance for G2 to plant the bomb. 20 seconds, and Twist being so careful. They know what Nico will expect of a CT side, and they don't want to give him a kill for free. 10 seconds now for this bomb to get planted, and Twist starts to have a look. A tag, but Nico's still alive, 26 HP. And there's that plant available for Hunter. Nico doing his best to cover. Well, that's the first part done. And now the hard part may begin, as it's a 3-man retake for FaZe. They've all got the fuse kits. There's some utility on Cold as well, an incendiary. 2-AWP retake could be awkward if they can get into positions though. Then it may become harder for G2, but they've got to find out where these players are. You can see Hunter starting to creep now from E-Box. Laboured spray, but he can't quite get the kill. And Nico's got so much to do now. He doesn't have the angles, a swing and a miss, and FaZe will keep 3 players alive, including the 2 AWPs. I think they've got time for the defuse as well.
They do. What a retake from FaZe. Definitely thinking that was going to be done, but the man playing E-Box messed it up there. Unfortunately, Hunter was not able to collect that kill and turned it into a 2-on-2, changed the dynamic. Instead, it's just FaZe bulldozing it. But Rain, what a star performance. Ah, that's it. Okay, I was wondering how he managed to get 2 so quickly. They just line up for him. Could not have been better timing for him to peek there. And that is the hero play that sets the round for FaZe. Gives them that success, that path to success. So that's actually going to put G2 in the bit of the hole. We actually get an eco round out of G2 here fairly early on. 2 rounds in a row for FaZe. G2 with the bomb plant, but still not enough for a full buy. So we'll get the Deagles, and we'll get a nice shot from Twist. Doesn't miss that time. That's the other thing where Twist, you know, missing that shot, that early shot there on Nico, kind of rushing it and shooting over Nico's shoulder. Can't be making mistakes like that against Nico. You're not going to get many chances. He is way too dangerous.
Twist claimed by Brussels, living in Europe now.
He's, yeah, isn't he in Cologne? I think he's in Cologne now in Germany. Deutschland.
So last round, Nexa had a pistol and everybody else had rifles, but it seems that they like his style. G2 looking to get a bomb plant out of this now. Patience from FaZe will pay off, and they survive with 500 HP. It's a perfect round.
Perfect round. And FaZe really rallying early here. So important. And again, it's worth mentioning, FaZe on location. Pretty sure they're over in Serbia right now, boot camping. Serbia, they're in the lockdown, has just become the new capital of esports.
I love Serbia.
It's rad. I mean, the fact that they're all out there right now, it's just the CSGO capital of the world, it feels like right now with all of the teams in Europe. Whenever you're traveling over, you're just going over to Serbia. And, well, these guys just doing work over there. They've got that land. They're on that boot camp. I think they're there for something like, what was it, 5 weeks is what Kerrigan said? They're going to be here for a while just grinding.
Yeah, it's not in the European Union, so you can move around more easily in the current climates.
Mm-hmm.
Food is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into clubbing, it's pretty good as well, so I hear. I'm sure Yanko will attest to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Cold. There's a bunch of guys here.
Yeah,
Nico, you know, there's a bunch of guys, so I'm sure.
I just like a nice dinner, but I won't touch Rakia ever again. After my, yeah, that was, I got brutalized by Rakia there in the Jolly Roger pub.
Doesn't mess around, does it? Still, 3-3, tied up, and now, well, a little bit of a tactical timeout getting taken there. FaZe setting up shop, and look at this. Combat opping from Brokey right out the gates.
Just giving himself space in case somebody tries to strafe or jump over. Nice angles held, but he has to fall back. Very aggressive from FaZe now. Kerrigan up front as well. But there are smokes to create some space, and we've got 2 kills from Jax as they continue to advance into this A-bomb site. Very fast plant from Armadec. G2 completely changing the pace. They seem to have caught FaZe off guard. This will be very awkward if they go for the retake, but I can see Cold Zero falling back, and they've got to hold their hands up and say, fair enough, you've outmaneuvered us this time.
Hopefully we can get a replay from either Rain or Kerrigan's perspective, but it looks like they lined up at E-Box and maybe stopped each other from being able to help each other out, or just got caught. And, well, G2, yeah, that turn, I mean, I really like the thought behind this round from FaZe, which is to just take the fight to G2. They know this is going to be a buy round from G2. They know that G2 may try and change the pace themselves, and so Kerrigan trying to get a step ahead and really trying to take the fight to G2 early with some aggression. I love to see it. It takes bravery to make that kind of call. So you need it. If you're going to actually pull off a win here against G2 as the underdog, you're going to have to make bold plays like this. And so let's see, do we actually have a perspective from either one of those? Probably. Probably not, I'm going to say.
Computer says no.
Computer says no.
I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense.
Ah, yeah. All right, so this is from Jax's perspective, and yeah, you can just lined up. There you go. I guess that's payback for Rain and his lineup in the round previous.
Very limited space there by Ebox. Well, both teams have got money to bring out some more weapons. We've got the saved weapons from FaZe, of course. The AUG is out for Karrigan, and there's an AUG for Armanek as well. So plenty of scopes. Hunter very quickly towards upper B. Always important to get your initial map control. Have a look at this, though. Look, we've got the rifle support for the AWP. coldzera holds position. Go even more than that.
Oof, man.
Inviting a response. But there will be none.
Losing Hunter as well. That is not going to help things here for G2.
Through the smoke, Jax. That is a massive frag from him. The AWP was already rotating towards the A bomb site in the hands of Brokey. Left to commit more now as well. We can see coldzera leaving the B bomb site. So full commitment to A here. You can see Rain hiding in plain sight. Once this smoke goes, there's going to be a lot of action on this A bomb site. Armanek, sorry, next though with angles by Ivy. Not too deep though, otherwise Twist may have found him already. Minutes on the clock for G2 to make their next play.
Don't line up again. Timing though. Pretty sure Armanek managed to make it past main. There's Twist with the catch on Jax though. Back into the man advantage for FaZe. And FaZe now can just sit pretty. They are rotating over towards this A site. 40 seconds on the clock. G2 are going to have to commit to A. And there's the peek that might have done it. Nexa going to get that info. His two remaining teammates just stuck now trying to make it onto that bomb site, and it's not looking likely. Armanek, there we go. He's on the board at least.
Yeah, they could do some damage to the CT economy, or at least try. It would just be the one kill towards the end there. And the score is now tied. FaZe potentially stabilizing. They've got 4 rounds from the last 5. That's promising for them. Definitely want to rack up the rounds on your CT side.
It's worth mentioning, James, that with the major rules, again, a lot like Astralis, what we were talking about with Astralis, Zonic not being able to weigh in as much. G2, Malek, I mean, their coach, he's a very involved coach with this roster, usually has a lot to say, and the fact that he's not going to be able to communicate with the team could have an impact here if things start to go against G2 and they start struggling. They're not going to have their coach to back them up. A lot of this is going to ride on Nexa and on Nico, I'm assuming. I doubt that Nico stays quiet.
Oh dear. That's an unfortunate way to die for Jax. Free kill for FaZe. Doesn't cost them much beyond utility. They've still got some smokes in the hole. So it's a pretty solid situation for them. A 3-2 setup for FaZe at present. We can see Brokey and Cold at the back of the B bomb site. No challenge there for now. You can see the bomb is towards Ivy at present with 2 of the remaining 4 players for G2. They're just patiently waiting. I'm sure there's a certain time which is the go button. We can see them moving up Ivy now as Nico shows some presence from main. Twist angle's really important here. Seems there will be a deep grenade to try and take that angle away. See if he fires a shot, reveals his position. Got Karrigan on the other side, but Hell can be accessed by G2. Well, they've taken some map control. 40 seconds on the clock, and as the smoke dissipates, down goes Nexa. Still no response from G2. Hunter trying to get there, but Karrigan's everywhere.
How does Karrigan get that second kill? A, he's already fortunate that Nexa's the one standing in the smoke. Now Rain from on high takes down Armanek. Nico is now in a 1v5. But I mean, Karrigan, the fact that it's Nexa who's in that smoke, I think is counting as lucky stars. I think if Hunter or Nico is in that smoke, Karrigan dies and that opens up the site. But the fact that he takes that one-on-one fight with Nexa, not the heaviest hitter on G2, gets caught, and that is going to just end this round. 4 seconds on the clock, and Nico's going to survive it. He'll hold on to the AWP, but he won't get any bonus money. I don't think Rain's close enough to get this, to get this off of him. So,
well, a hero AWP can go a hell of a long way.
The money is building on FaZe's side as well now, and we will get a tactical timeout getting called by G2. Good. That's what we need, I think, at this point for G2. They need to kind of slow it down perhaps a little bit. And if you have time to play around this AWP on Nico's side now. But yeah, double op play. FaZe has got mountains of cash, and yeah, here we go. So
that beanie looks really itchy.
Something like Hunter's doing the talking right now. Curious what he's picked up on. As I think, I mean, when it comes to this situation, I could really see Hunter and Nico taking the lead. Because I'm not seeing a lot of, I just don't really picture Nexa as the IGL, right? You know, he is the IGL. But as the leader of the team, I have trouble seeing him, be able to call that for Nico and Hunter. I feel like either one of those guys is going to try and take the lead in the tough situations like this.
5-4 for FaZe. Again, 5 of the last 6 rounds at this point. It's a hero AWP with Nico. He's the only man with Kevlar at present. Hunter taking some nade damage as well, but everyone's still alive. And he's just waiting to be served something. Looking at the usual angles for a peek into main, but he's not been given what he's looking for. See how patient Karrigan can be. A slight jiggle, but indeed they are being very patient. They know there is a major threat somewhere in these T angles. G2 will use the pistoling players to create some space for Nico. Big flash, and then Karrigan peeks as safe as he can. And he delivers. But the AWP is still lurking somewhere.
But they've done a good job of wearing down the clock here. And so smokes are up. They've still got a couple flashes. Incendiary on Cold that gets used now. There's Karrigan. Lurkin catches Hunter, and this is pretty much going to be the end of this round here for G2, barring a miracle. Could see I could see Nico just trying to save this. Unless he gets another kill here in the next moment, you could just try and hold on to the op for the next round, because the rest of your team are ecoing. But yeah, you're just going to go down, and unfortunately, man, that really does not pan out nicely. Nico's going to be light on the money going into this buy round as well. I legitimately think that could have been an option for Nico to just back off, save the op, and let the rest of his teammates die. It's an eco round after all, and now you're going to be left in an awkward spot.
Momentum growing for FaZe. You could see the expectation FaZe had there. Again, they just didn't give Nico an angle. They didn't give him a shot when Karrigan eventually peaked. There was a great pop flash to the Olofmeister position. And they capitalized on that. And Nico will have just a Desert Eagle for this round. 4 AKs on the remainder of the squad. Armanet getting absolutely fried, barbecued, if you will. More players move to Olof. Karrigan probably got some sound cues here. Twist focusing on Ivy. Not sure if there's anyone ready to throw a flash for him, but he's got an off angle. Looks away at the wrong time.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, man. He has no idea. Neither does Nico, though.
Oh, that's outrageous. And his teammate, I mean, Brokey has no way of knowing that. And this is just so unfortunate how this round played out.
But it's exactly what G2 need on the other side of things. 4v3. There's still a round to convert here for G2. Again, there's been so much momentum for FaZe in the last 7 rounds, let's say. So G2 could really do with getting some more points on the board. And now the score is tied in terms of personnel. We've got Twist still creeping around Ivy, to be expected as we can see from Nex's POV. The bomb has... So someone's got to go and collect the bomb as well. Looks like it will be Hunter. There's nobody by Pop to hear this rotation. Still 2 players on a B bomb site as FaZe are uncertain as to what G2's intentions are.
Well, they've elected to leave Cold behind on B side, and I just love how Cold goes for that repeat against Nico. Cold is just raring to get in the fight, and unfortunately for him, he's got to anchor B. We'll see if he can get out that rotate over towards the A site and get into the fight, as there is going to be the push coming through. Crouch peek from Nexa, he dies, and Rain is going to be in position to deny this way too quick. What is G2 thinking?
17 seconds. Jack still has half a chance, but he really has to get his skates on here. At least 2 of these players on the A bomb site make it 1. He has no idea where Cold is. Twist starts to creep, and he thinks better of it. 5 seconds, and he may get an extra kill here. The crouch peek from Cold, though. The awareness is fantastic. And just when he thought G2 was safe to win a round, it goes the way of FaZe.
Cold is too good. I mean, this is precisely what we've been waiting for FaZe. I mean, you've got Cold now who's popping off. Rain, who's been taking quite a bit of criticism lately in terms of his individual performance. I mean, coming into this tournament, he only had a 1.0 rating. It's been a real struggle because he had to change up in terms of his positioning. He's playing a bit more entry now for the team versus the different roles he had before. And so to have him sitting at the top of the pack hitting shots and Cold here as well, I mean, this bodes so well for FaZe. 7-4 on the CT side, full control. Cold started this round with 16,000 in the bank, so they've got money for days. It's dire straits for G2, and they may be regretting this punish pick. They thought it was a punish pick, but it turns out they're the ones, well, let's say crying uncle.
I love the off angle that we saw from Twist in that previous round, but no time to chat about that because G2 are charging and they're trying to get a bomb plant, but Brokey is thinning out the numbers. They will get a bomb plant. After that, it becomes about doing some damage. There's a chance they could pick up an AWP here, just a little one. You can see Hunter's angle, but Brokey will deny. And then there was Nexa. Okay, he's got 2. Not much to lose here. Got to go for more damage. Tries to go for the wide swing, but Twist is ready for it once again with the AWP. I'm enjoying the AWP on Twist.
We're going to get the tack timeout get called here again. Probably good time for G2 to try and slow it down once more. This is the big buy round going in for them, so they'll be able to get that AWP. Nico going to pick it up again. And Amanek really feels like Amanek is having to take point here and really throw himself in and try and create room for the team, and he is suffering. 1 and 10 right now on the scoreboard for Amanek going into this 5th round. And so this, I mean, could be the time to just put, early aggression towards B perhaps? No, it's looking more like a default approach here from G2. So more of the same, although I can't say the same here for FaZe, man. They really wanted to take over main fast, doing just that. Smoke the block off Popdog and coldzera. He may get another opportunity to shine here pretty soon. They are going to shift over towards that B side G2. Finally a little action over here for Cold. Dude, he's been falling asleep.
Karrigan's still really close to main despite those flashes we just saw. So I'd expect the third player making his way towards B, but maybe not in time. The spray is here. coldzera just holding an off angle by Oil now. He's got to try and wait for it. Oh my god, Brokey, what are you doing? Jax should have been dead, but here we go. 4v2 for G2, and maybe a 5th round is on the board for them. The barrel of the gun could be spotted by Twist. Surely he saw the barrel of the gun there. There's a tag through the wall onto Nico. He's probably wondering what the hell just happened. And it's only Twist now as G2 finally pulls the momentum back in their favor. They can still get 7 rounds out of this half. This will definitely be the 5th one. There's money on FaZe, however. The full buy is around the corner.
Oh yeah. Money on FaZe, and an unfortunate turn of events there for Rain. And it looks like G2 were definitely aware of a weird setup, because you kill Rain, you're like, what the hell is Rain doing here? Where's Cold? Cold is the one anchoring. Cold has been the one over here on the B side, and yet they've been seeing a lot of Rain towards E-Box. And so with Rain dying, that had to throw things a little out of whack for G2. They had to be wondering, and so perhaps extra on their guard. Had they killed Cold, might have been a different situation. But it is going to be very quick outs towards Olof now for Hunter. Molly is down. He is roasting. And there's the HE. What a follow-up.
Took the TNT to the face. And
Carrying you mad lad. What are you thinking?
Yeah, he's on a scooter. But the wheels have come off and down he goes. 4 on 4 as we are in the late stages of the first half. Nico again looking at multiple angles, looking for a peek from an AWP. All the usual spots. Minute 15 on the clock, and we've got Nexa moving up the IV position. Bomb around A main at present. Then there's stereo frags for G2, which really puts him in a strong position. We've seen multi-frags from Brokey before, though. He's just jumping. He's looking for information here. I don't think he spotted Nico towards main. And away he goes. But have a look at Nexa's position. He's at Old Bomb. But Brokey is rounding him. I think he's been heard.
Probably close enough, yeah.
Looks like it. So they've got half the information, but the coldzera is having a trot as well, and he's heading towards the bomb itself, which hasn't been collected just yet. Oh my god, so many angles are being missed here.
Dude, this is wild.
Oh, this timing is going to be everything, but I'm sure Nico scopes towards his left. Cold's just moved away at the right time. He's seen the bomb. Surely it's a timing re-peek once again. Down goes his teammate. It's all about Cold now. I'm sure he's heard the footsteps. Now, he's got half a chance where maybe they don't focus on main if he's close enough behind Nico.
No way!
Oh, that's just amazing. Straight through as well, looking for the trade fragger, and there it is, but he can't even turn in time. And it's round number 6 for G2.
What a brilliant play there. Fully aware of the potential lurk. Just too slow. We're going to get some replays here. This is Nexa just waiting for Karrigan to play aggressive. Karrigan, I mean, he has really been trying to push that Bill, getting into team main early, pushing Ivy that round. Looks like G2 were just aware of it, ready and waiting for him. So Karrigan forcing the issue definitely cost him. And now, I mean, this is actually a bit of a disappointing finish, I think, for FaZe. Because you could easily have been into double digits, and now you're going to be at 8-6, ideally 9-6. It's not quite good enough here for FaZe. I think you should have really been at a 10-5 kind of scoreline, given how much money you had and how well that was going.
Cold Zero will feel fortunate to escape that situation, running into the wall blind. G2 established control above B. This entire time, Nex has been outside main, keeping an eye on things. And FaZe don't go to the point of no return. They've had success from these angles before. It's a crouch peek from Jackson. He will regret that one. That's an upgrade for Rain.
Snag that AK.
I like how battle scarred his knife is.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a theme going, doesn't he?
It's pretty sick. Pop flash for Ivy coming up, but there's nobody to engage.
Costs a lot to live in Norway, you know.
I know, man. Their chocolate bars are just outrageously priced.
Ah, yeah.
I would never buy a Twix in Norway. I'd have to bring it with me, you know.
Don't even go to McDonald's. Don't think about it. That's high living over there.
Well, Twist continues to pursue the IV position. I love mid to late round pop flashes there, but have a look at this creep from the T side. Twist eliminated by Nico. His spatial awareness is outstanding, and things are going from bad to worse towards the end of the first half of FaZe Clan as it's a 3-on-3 now. Brokey making steps around the bomb site. 13 seconds to plant this bomb. Shotgun mode, surely for Brokey. Oh, the flick is absolutely disgusting. And the trade is there as well. It will be 9-6 at half-time. Cold Zero topping the scoreboard, 16 for 7. Can G2 win the pistol and tie things up quickly? We will find out after the break. And we are back. FaZe move to the T side. I love a 9-6 scoreline because it can mean a dominant start when the buy rounds come through, i.e. a 12-6 or a 9-9, and it's all to play for. We'll see which one it is. Currently, the odds are tied 1.85 each. So things are changing. Now let's see, we've got all USPs, nothing untoward there, although we sometimes see the Julies on the CT side, and a smoke and a diffuse for Nexus. Standard stuff from the CTs. We've got triple P250 for FaZe Clan. You got to respect that. Double raid boss as well. I'm interested. I think I'm the leader of the P250 crew.
Listen, I'm all about getting Rain a P250 and Kevlar on a pistol round. Just let this guy go to work.
Crouch peek from Nico. Up close with the USP. Say hello to Brokey in brutal, violent fashion. And FaZe quietly move back to main, maybe feeling like G2 know there's nobody there. Perhaps this is a plan B for FaZe.
That smoke going down has just utterly ruined FaZe. The smoke on lower ramp thrown earlier just completely ruins them. And now they have to try and, dry peek this? disaster. Sure, you've got P250s, but this is still going to be so difficult. There's so many angles you have to worry about on the A site.
NiKo just taking pot shots, 5 versus 3 now in G2's favor, and it just gets better for them. The odds continue to change, and it goes from bad to worse for FaZe. Not really making it into the A bomb site on this occasion. Pistol goes to G2.
The main issue here is that Twist is still going to be struggling a little bit. I was hoping for a strong pistol start here for FaZe and a strong pistol start for Twist so that he can start getting his feet under him. It's very weird to see just how dominant Rain and Cold and even Brokey are doing right now for FaZe. And Twist, who seems to be the main driver, the main engine behind the team, is kind of lagging behind right now. So hopefully Kerrigan can get him into his comfort zone going forward in the second half, where I think FaZe are going to really be struggling on a performance level. G2, you know, these guys just don't mess around. It's actually ridiculous how good they are right now. NiKo continuing to top it out. And I'm glad, you know, Maui mentioned that on the desk, that he thinks that Jax is having a career high performance right now. I mean, the numbers reflected, at least for now after the first half, double digits for Jax. So he is looking good.
Oh, I see a... Is this a not live, maybe? I feel like it might be.
Yeah,
All the
I
ticks in
get
the
the
chat.
feeling, yeah.
Twist's knife is a flex. That knife, I think, is...
Which one is it again? It's the
it's the green
Sapphire
Emerald M9.
Yeah.
It's like, it's definitely over $5,000.
Yeah.
The Karambit can be like 4.5 to 6. The knife is probably 6+.
Mm-hmm.
The M9 is a solid,
That M9 is a solid investment.
massive. I feel like it's the. I had the bayonet emerald,
Okay.
and I just felt like I felt like the Green Power Ranger,
Yeah.
you know, with a little flute. Dun, 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 dun.
Who did you sell that to recently?
Scrawny has it now.
Yeah, Scrawny
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
that's it. Scrawny got it off you.
It's
That's telling me a blast.
it is a fantastic knife. It's
He was
absolutely-
pretty happy. He was pretty tickled about it. He's like, oh yeah, Bartle hooked it up.
Yeah, I'm happy for him as well. It's nice for an enthusiast to pass something to an enthusiast, you know.
Indeed.
So that was really good.
Yeah, I actually, speaking of Hunter, I really liked his skin combinations going there. You know, low key, the D-pat, forest D-pat, all that. Really liked that theme there for a second, so I went ahead and picked up the gloves and an Ursus as well, just to have some fun. Get that CT side.
I really like the Ursus.
Yeah.
I had an Ursus Slaughter. I like the Slaughter skins in general.
I've still got my Tiger Tooth
Bayo, I've seen you playing with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got that on the T side now, and I've got the Ursus on the CT side, and I'm feeling pretty pimped out. Not gonna lie.
Marvelous. You guys should send me your knife glove combos. I want to see
Hell
what you
yeah.
guys are up to. Let me see the aesthetics that our viewers have. It's always fun to play with all that stuff. I feel like I spent years doing stickers. I think I did like every possible like sticker combo
See,
that I wanted, and now I'm just like, you know, I went too far with them, like don't know about this, and scratching them off, and now I'm just like done. I've just like every place on every gun, I was just done.
you taking them off?
No, but I've just like completed.
Oh, I see
completed
what
it,
you mean.
You know,
For me, just stickers never did it. Like I always feel like they detract from a gun. I don't know. It's just some of them. Like I use an AK Cartel.
Okay.
Go figure.
Yeah, you
It's my
can't.
skin.
Yeah,
So I use an AK Cartel, but it's like I'm not gonna put a sticker on it because it's such a sexy skin.
Yeah.
And then if I do put a sticker on it, like I've got the Emperor on there just to try, but it doesn't pop the same way that the rest of the skin does.
Yeah.
So like for me, sometimes like the stickers just don't really work out.
That's the cool thing about the new AK though, is that it's very plain and clean, so you can customize it to your heart's desire. You know, with stickers and so on.
Oh, you mean that new black the black laminate or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh, Rain, completely and utterly blind, visually impaired, but still the headshot onto NiKo. He looks for a second one.
That is so good, dude. The fact that this guy just keeps coming up with pistol kills is ridiculous.
I recently heard a super gross story about eye transplants regarding corneas and things. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
It's nasty. I didn't want to hear it. I was just subjected to the story. But anyway, FaZe look to do more damage here. 3 Desert Eagles on road. They still have the bomb in their possession. Hasn't fallen into an awkward spot, so they have opportunity. And because they still have the bomb, G2 will have to commit some players towards the B bomb site. They're playing close to connector, as we can see. Jackson, Armanek at present. Jack starting to fall back as there are no eyes on Ivy. So it's always nice to be at the extremity just in case. And FaZe are playing the clock. The longer it goes on for, as long as there's no brazen push from G2, you would expect 2 players per site. And indeed, Armanek heads towards the B bomb site, so their patience will pay off in that regard. Despite being ill-equipped, they're 3 versus 2 now on the A bomb site. But for how long? Oh God, it's a nice headshot from Cold Zero. Carrigan and Cold remaining. 26 seconds. Bomb plant pressure starts to rise now. But again, just keeping these channels really tight to try and land the headshot. You can see the CTs, false sense of security. Carrigan now looking to do more. 3 kills in that round. It was just pistols, not too shabby from FaZe Clan. That was expensive for G2.
Indeed. At least they keep the AUG and the M4 alive, but that is very painful for G2, losing that many players, that much gear against what is essentially an eco. I mean, we are going to get another chance here for G2 to farm up a little bit. They are going to actually recover fairly decently with these rifles, but they're spending a lot of their bank. But still, like I said, they're going to get a chance to get a little bit of that money back, as this has to be a hard eco coming in here from FaZe. And so that MP9, I hope that Nexa can put himself in a position to farm and really maximize that MP9 return, because of course you get double the money with SMG kills versus rifles, pistols. So that's why you want those MP9s in a position to really get as many kills as possible, so you can really just maximize that bank. Matt Molly's going down, making it look like they want to take main control, G2. But Nico not going to go over there. No need to get close up against pistols. Again, hang far back and make use of your rifles. No need to give these guys a chance to double body shot you with deagles. At least make them earn it, right? You know, at least make them earn it with a headshot. Come on, Rain.
Yeah, you can see FaZe really trying to invite duels in these tight channels again. It's one of the best approaches with Desert Eagles. Force the CTs to fight in these super tight channels, and then that's more likely to happen, basically. Well,
there you go.
There's another one.
Are we just holding our breath now? Just gonna wait and see, like, and another one.
Twist and Brokey remain. I feel like there should be like an extension of the achievements that are in the game. You know, with like I don't know, 10,000 deagle headshots or something. But I suppose they could just apply that in operations as well. Well, I think it could be a longer one. I would like to see that. You know, let's get some more.
What would be cool is if you could get like cool skins or something for the achievements. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think that would motivate people more to farm? Like, farm
well, that's part of the operation, right? You get tokens that you can use to redeem. Not the same thing. It's similar.
Not really.
It's close enough.
I mean, you got
if you got a direct skin, it would devalue the skin because everybody could get it, right? So
sure,
that
but
way
I mean, we're talking like 10,000 deagle headshots. You know, it's like if you I mean, sure, if you want to farm that, go for it. But you know, that's something that should take a while, right?
It should, in theory, but there are idle servers and things like that, so there are ways to do it cheaply. Sadly.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I hadn't thought of that.
Big round now for FaZe and G2, both on the bye, and the snipers are out, and so are the scopes outside of snipers, like the Orgon Hunter. More aggression. There's a lot of aggression with utility from G2 into this main position. You can see they really want to stop FaZe from getting up to too much from this position. Big pop flash and some aggression from Nico. Got to wonder about his left, though, and he does wonder. This could go either way, though, and Twist is ready for the headshot. Better equipped with the AK versus the silenced M4. 1 minute on the clock now. You can see the bomb heading towards Ivy with support from Cold.
We're setting up for the A crunch here, but do we have a nade? Do we have any kind of setup here to take over Pop Dog? Because it's about to get spicy. Pretty sure Rain spotted him. Yep. Wallbang attempt, but there are 2 players in Pop Dog currently waiting. Rain is going to be in for a real rough time. And there's Amanek catching Cold Zero sleeping.
Yeah, I thought Cold Zero would be ready for that one. It was really fun when Twist just held the off angle and allowed the T's to walk into that spot. Armanek will take matters into his own hands. 30 seconds for this bomb to get planted, and G2 have got really nice angles as far as the default plant is concerned, so this is not going to be an easy one. But as Twist on a fact-finding mission and things get a little easier, but with 2 players in the ladder spot, escalating very quickly indeed. They won't stop the plant, but they will win the round, and G2 will be the first to make it to 10.
And yeah, we are just getting G2, I feel like they're just getting more and more comfortable. And here we're starting to see the weakness and why I was really hoping that we would get double digits for FaZe in that CT half. Because the T side, it seems a little disjointed. they're not quite, they don't quite have that conviction. Although Twist did a great job there creating the opening in main, they then slow down to the point where G2 are just able to pick them off one after the other. At least they got a bomb plant phase, and so they have that to go off of here. Not quite sure if this is a tactical timeout getting called or a technical timeout getting called. Not seeing anybody talk on the G2 side, so I'm assuming it's a technical. Not allowed to talk. Yep. Okay, so we did get a disconnect. All right. You're not allowed to talk. The difference between tactical and technical, guys, is that on technical timeouts, that's like a server issue or internet lag, whatever. You're not allowed to talk, so that you can't just say, oh no, I'm lagging, and then you have like a free timeout. You only get 4 timeouts to use throughout the match. Tactical timeouts is what we call them, and those you guys get to talk. Technicals, not so much.
coldzera is restarting his PC. So I'll have a brief pause before we are back into the action.
And the reason why we had to do that, actually, is because teams used to abuse it, right? Call technical timeouts. When before timeouts were a thing, like, oh no, TeamSpeak lag, guys. We need to restart our TeamSpeak. And in the meantime, the team were just like, okay, I think we should really do this right now.
one thing I would like to see changed actually is if you look at when some teams call a tactical timeout,
sure,
they'll wait till the buy time goes down to like 2 seconds, and then because the buy time will start again afterwards, so it's like just an extended timeout. So I feel like if the time goes below 5 seconds, then it should continue from 5. The buy time should continue from 5 seconds afterwards. Otherwise, because I feel like that really extends just the whole game as well.
I agree, and we've seen that too as well, where you can really. I mean, you think about it. You're adding like 4 or 5 minutes to a match. Both teams do it.
Yeah.
Right. If both teams are doing it, really calling the timeouts, I mean, you can wind up adding like 10 minutes to a match. I think it's just regardless of where you call the timeout, it just adds 30 seconds. I think that should be the play, right? You get that 20-second buy, but like wherever you call the timeout, it just adds the 30 seconds, and then that's it, done. Presto, you're live as soon as that timeout rolls. But I think, isn't there a reason why that they have to do it? I thought there was some like server reason why they're doing it the way that they're doing it right now.
Well, that might be the only way to do it right now. I guess it would require an update from Valve in order to do it a better way. But
gee, if only we had some people we could ask that dealt with servers on the regular basis.
Well, we'll see. It'll be nice. It's
around they could help with that sort of thing.
It's a quality of life improvement, I think, which we've had a lot of them. That's one thing that's been good with the rise of Valorant is quality of life improvements in CS, like the ping system and things like that. So that's been good.
What are you telling me, that competition is a good thing, Bardolph?
I would say it is, yes.
Yeah, indeed. Keeps people sharp. Get some, innovating a little bit. I like it.
Always good.
Now, if Valve can just stay as involved as they are now, that would be the jam. Just don't go full Rito on us, please. This is still coldzera just waiting. And interesting that Cold has got to restart just because he's obviously online with the rest of his teammates right now. So it's not an internet issue. It's a PC issue for him. So hopefully we'll be able to get him back into the mix fairly soon here.
PCs can be very strange beasts.
Yeah.
Unpredictable. Especially Windows.
But what are you making so far of G2's performance? I mean, Hunter, Nico right now, they're still the back-to-back combo. Nexa has actually come alive, at least in terms of individual performance. Was expecting him to be fairly low towards the bottom, but right now it seems like it's Hunter who's the one who's kind of struggling to keep up.
Well, yeah, I'd say everyone's turned up for the most part. It's still early here, I think, in the series. But G2, they've started the second half well. They've won all 4 rounds so far. The question is, can they continue in that favor? Again, I think for me, like the game in general, I couldn't pick a clear winner before the game started. I think the same is true now. I think from what we've seen from both teams, I think they're both very capable of coming away with a W, which is why I put the minimum points possible on this game, because I don't like losing prediction wars.
I
know Maui's coming
risk.
As well.
I just wanted to take a risk on that one.
I did that last Flashpoint, right, and then ended up dancing in front of that green screen, with a freaking
I was there
on.
too with the clown. I was there with the clown suit.
I hated that so much.
Still have.
I was expecting something
my Cloud
fun,
9 impression,
and that was just pure uncomfortable Bardolph.
When is it not uncomfortable, Bardolph? Though that's the question.
I'm always comfortable. That was just like I do things with confidence, but that I was like, oh please, just make it end.
The thing is that
brutal.
Like it's really tough here for FaZe, and this is where the punish pick starts to come in for G2. G2 just, I mean, they've been beating teams on Train, Gambit, Astralis, and well, FaZe not so long ago. So it seems like they have a good Train right now. Their CT side is looking better and better. Amanek is going to take over that AWP on the CT side, and he's shown to be a capable opper on this side. Going to see if he pairs up well against Brokey, as Brokey not enough money to afford the op. This round, they really expected it to be all-out B play here from G2, the gamble, and instead it's FaZe very fast out onto A. Perfect call here from FaZe. Low utility kind of round, but Hunter finding the kills that matter, and he's, oh, what a snake. He's going to make his way right through this smoke. He's going to gut this offense. FaZe, do they realize? Rain catches him in the end.
4 on 3 for FaZe. They're all on a bomb site. G2 at the extremities. That bomb needs to be collected and planted, though. The clock is ticking. Really unsure as to where G2 might be. Don't want to make too much of a mistake. And we can see that there is a lurk towards the IV position. That'll be important for the retake, of course. You can see Brokey around Sandwich. One must be careful. Jack's making sure no one's in IV itself, and he'll start to move up now as that's been confirmed clear. We can see Armanek moving towards Old Bomb. Back and forth we go. Got a diffuse kit on only Nexa, so we must keep an eye on him. He's coming in from the main area eventually. His teammates trying to create space in the meantime, but Jax's head will be turned into a crater by Twist. And there's a fadeaway kill, I think, for Armanek. I don't expect that they're going to be going for this one. Nexa now just doing more and more damage. It'll be expensive for both teams, but it will go the way of FaZe.
But that is such a crucial round, and it's such an unfortunate gamble from G2. That's just the way it goes sometimes. G2, they fully expected the aggression from FaZe. They fully expected a quick play, and they just gambled B site. Unfortunately for them, it was A site that FaZe went out onto, and sometimes that's just the way it goes. But I do like the fact that G2 were willing to try and really crush FaZe by going for that gamble, by just taking a little bit of a risk and getting on B. So it lets FaZe get back into this, but FaZe by no means have a strong economy, so it's not the biggest risk taken by G2. FaZe will have enough money for guns, but again, they're going to be a little light on the nades, and if FaZe lose this round, they're right back in the dumpster. And so G2 now, they have an opportunity here to really just smash FaZe, and we'll see what they decide to do. If they decide to play with a bit more aggression once again, would like to see that. To be fair, I really do like to see CT signs that, you know, push for info and push to take away map control, map presence from their opponents. Just make FaZe earn it. Because FaZe, I mean, they can't have that much confidence yet. It's been a bit of a struggle. If you look at their performance in terms of their performance arc with this roster, it's remained fairly flat, even on a slight downward trend. I mean, if we're to listen to Kerrigan and how he set this team up, he said that he needed 3 to 6 months to start seeing results with his system, and we're still within that 3 to 6 month window, right? But it is still going to be a waiting game.
Oh, Jack's got to be real careful. That's a cheeky second peek from him. We got flashbangs up and Kerrigan's charging forward. Arda comms there. Well, Nico's pushed deep enough forward. Playing off the distraction of his teammate, maybe. Jack's Nico heavily tagged now, and there's a big charge towards the B bomb sites as well. But all the G2 players are still alive. Armanek somewhat stuck in position, focusing on the high ground, and Brokey's on the way in the meantime. FaZe trying to get this bomb planted. Twist charging through the smoke, but Nexa is there. Armanek holds the high ground as Rain tries to fake the bomb plant. So much to do, and it won't happen on this occasion, it seems. Cold Zero needing an ace now, as all the players for G2 are alive, but a number of them are heavily tagged. Just needs to avoid a trade frag here. Let's see if he goes for it. Up the ladder he goes. 3, 4 players now for G2 on the B bomb site, including Jackson Connector. So this is not going to be easy. Plenty of squad members to cover all the angles. And Cold seems to be backing away.
He's looking like maybe make himself a cuppa, kick the dogs up on the couch, think about how the day's gone, or die, you know, and just get to reflect on that for the rest of eternity. That is definitely a possibility, and it looks like that's what happened. So FaZe now, this is where, you know, this is actually just worst case scenario, because G2, they keep everybody alive. They're going to have an opportunity to really build their money again. And FaZe, after these close rounds, it's going to have to be another half-buy sort of scenario here for them, giving G2 that chance to really get a firm grip on this half. And so, yeah, G2 now shouldn't be playing too aggressively. They should realize what's going on here. Jack's going to hold up close, but not too close, just kind of keeping a little bit of a presence, just to keep FaZe honest. And then the rest of them just fall back and play it safe.
Yeah, this is still a dangerous round for G2. This is a round they have to respect. And a lot of it is because of the money they have in the hole. If they slip up here and give too much away to FaZe and these deagles, then the pendulum could really swing in FaZe's favor. Saw some early aggression around main. G2 will reset somewhat, but Nico is searching once again, spots the bomb. And this is what I'm talking about, caught by Karrigan, and there's no one really to do anything about it, or is there? Armanek with an instant trade keeps the rifle away, which is also important. And FaZe don't really have map control from this outside of ladder room. You can see players moving towards Ivy.
That is so peak frustration. But then again, Karrigan is going to know all the timings around Olaf around Sandwich, just because it's one of the most frustratingly annoying places to play on the map, and he's played it a lot. So T side, CT side, he's going to get the drop on you. It's going to be annoying. But in the meantime, FaZe gathering up, still looking for this crunch onto this A site. 2 coming in from Ivy. Hunter worried about 2 angles. He should just trust his teammate Amanek to have his back, as Amanek does clean up on the Ivy push. Nicely done.
Yeah, Rain was in ladder room. I thought he might have an angle on the Ivy players, but he doesn't know if anyone's looking at him or not. Okay, Rain. That was a very nice deeg shot, and indeed it is expensive, so FaZe will keep the CT economy honest as FaZe come in for the buy. So that could be very important going forward. That's an opportunity for FaZe. They have to focus on that. Again, having only won 1 round in this half, that is something positive to think about. Nice shots from Armanek with the AWP. Thinning the numbers out to FaZe. So again, this is a chance for FaZe now to try and bring more rounds in their favor in this second half. Otherwise, this is going to start to slip away from them. G2, 2 rounds to the good at present. Especially if G2 can stop a bomb plant, then that would really help ruin the fun for FaZe Clan. That's a great way to start with the shot from Armanek up top. Got broken cold now near the IV position. 3-2 set up for G2. Got some presence established towards Ivy from Cold Zero. Usual grenades, and again, lots of harassment in main from CT utility.
And again, it's feeling just unclear as to how FaZe want to go about taking over this A side. It is going to be the Ivy push once again coming through. Cold Zero going to be through into the back line. Can he find any targets, though? It doesn't feel like it, because G2 have now just taken control of Pop Dog, and so they know they can get up close to main, and they've got a nice crossfire here to deal with any kind of aggression coming out. That is the must kill. That has to happen for Cold Zero. He has to catch Hunter there. And now that he is dead, that opens it all up. Nico obliterates Twist. And that bomb is rotating over here to try and help Brokey out, but there's still so much ground to cover before they're even on a bomb site. 30 seconds on the clock.
And now it's just Karrigan. They have done 0 damage in this round phase. They've got to find a kill, but there won't be one. So that's a very important stack of money for G2 moving into the very late rounds of this second half. And they pull away again, just that 1 round for FaZe so far. No bomb plant, which really puts their money in an awkward position. If they planted a bomb, there's probably a bigger buy here, but because they don't, again, it's back onto the pistols with some utility. So it just gives G2 an extra edge as they move into round 24. 7 of 8 rounds in this second half for G2. But the Deagles are out again for FaZe Clan. Rain will make his way quickly to his death, to his doom, in fact. Jax is ready, as is Armanek, to hold down this A bomb site. Utility will be thrown with incendiaries to create some more space for G2 and limit it for FaZe Clan. But there's a kill for Brokey, and things are starting to heat up now. 1v3, none v3. Nico will dispatch of the last one, and G2 are 2 rounds away from taking train.
Okay, but now we actually have the full buy coming in here from FaZe. Brokey on the AWP. There has to be something that they've been working on during this boot camp in preparation for this moment. Kerrigan, I'm surprised. I'd be so surprised if he wasn't seeing that Train was an option for G2, and if he didn't at least put a little bit of time into this map as an option. But this is where you have to have something ready. It's a must-win round for FaZe. And well, coldzera straight through to Olaf. He's got to be careful, though. That op has been lurking around here. But this round, it's, again, G2 going for this exact same kind of setup, expecting a low buy perhaps, or at least some early aggression. G2 have put the 3 on B, and they're using this strategy again because it didn't get spotted last time they used it. And so now they're going to see. They're going back to the well, and we'll see what they come up with.
Oh, okay. Rain is at a distinct advantage here. You can see how far away the point of contention is. He's got the right side peek as well, and the shadow. Very easy layout for him. coldzera creeping onto the site. And just as he was up top, now it's Nico's turn, and coldzera will get the better of him. Using the elevation of the stop sign to look into connector. FaZe with their backs to the wall will find success on the A bomb site. Not much else for G2 to do here. Again, with the money that they built in the round prior, they could buy around what they have, but it definitely needs to hold on to it. We can see Nexa around 1750, so things are not perfect, and it may get a bit sweaty for both teams now, as the next round will certainly be crucial.
Without a doubt, their money is going to be hanging in the balance, as you pointed out, so they actually have to get this follow-up. But, I mean, really seeing them coming into their own. Surprised to see Nexa get caught like that by Rain. He of all people, would be aware of where to peek and where to, knowing that a shadow is there, you know, that he's just, if somebody's holding that angle, he's giving them an early warning system to play off of. And so a little bit of an unfortunate turn of events there for Nexa. And now Window, I mean, you're not going to really be able to catch Cold off guard. FaZe, man, showing some fight, showing some vim and vigor here. Absolutely necessary for them. This is a must-win, although it is a punish pick attempt from G2. This is their map pick, G2. And FaZe, at least going into this 2-week bootcamp, have shown a little bit of weakness on Train, and so G2 trying to capitalize on that. Nicely done here by Rain. Kills his teammate, but he takes Jax as well. So a 1-for-1, that works. Brokey catches Hunter, and this is looking very good indeed. Quick plays coming in here from FaZe. Really liking this change of pace. Running over the defense. G2, not a whole lot that they can do to stop this.
Yeah, I think with this one round, we're looking at a 14-14 scoreline, basically. G2 having to save some money. Devastating headshot there. Well, Armanek's got $9,000, but the rest is so poor. Could get some interesting buys. Or maybe not the 14 is guaranteed, but the 13 all but. We see the AWP coming out for Armanek, and I really hope it's the hero AWP because those rounds are the spicy ones. Extra money in the hole. And indeed, it will be the hero AWP. I, for one, am excited. Let's see what he's able to do with it. He has one support player in Jax with a Desert Eagle and a smoke grenade, and in this immediate aggression from Armanek, moving down the Ivy spot. Now, coldzera is spotting essentially from T-spawn. He's keeping an honest eye on things, so we'll keep an eye on the radar and see the timing of Armanek, who is ahead of a smoke at present. coldzera deploying some utility towards the A-bomb site. That will be a smoke to remove the Ivy angles. Well, there'll be a big burst into the B-bomb site. Twist, not sure where he was getting shot from. I think actually Rain wasn't sure where he was getting shot from either. So that's a false start. And this is buying time for the AWP to rotate. FaZe don't really have much map control, but if they can get into Pop Dog, then G2 could have problems. And you can see the nervousness from G2. Hunter took a chance there to find out where some players were. And that's going to allow the rest of G2 to have some players rotate back into the B bomb site, but they won't full commit. The AWP is still on A.
They don't want to leave this AWP either. Their AWP, rather. FaZe, I mean, they've got one line on the floor here, and kind of using it as bait. You saw that Hunter kind of nibbled at that one and got yanked up into oblivion. Now, It is going to be the quick move out onto the B site. There is a man playing from the spot, however, and that is Nexa. Freebie takes down Rain. Cheeky kill.
And Omenex here with the AWP. Spotted one on the high ground. Now FaZe have to be careful. They're giving him opportunities. Carrigan down to 15 HP. This is a 3-on-3. This is very weirdly winnable for G2. Nico creeping as they start to fall back. FaZe finds Carrigan, but he just can't land that one bullet that was required. And now they're at a risk of committing deep enough to lose the AWP G2. 2 versus 2, as Jax is still on a Desert Eagle only with no Kevlar. Smoke up high won't last forever. Jax on the bomb, inviting a peek, but Armanek has whiffed at a crucial moment. Down goes Jackson. Armanek has to save now. Damage has been done though. This was essentially an eco of a hero AWP for G2, and they saved the AWP. So that's not too bad a result for them.
Not at all. I think that's actually wonderful as far as G2 are concerned. They managed to inflict quite a bit of damage to FaZe. So going to get FaZe to spend a lot of that money that they saved up. It's crazy that Nico actually gets that kill long range with a USP. Clever angle, pixel angle, manages to get the shots in, find a kill there. So just keeping FaZe honest, but we will get FaZe's first tactical timeout getting called. We've had a few timeouts so far, but this is the first time that we're going to get one here called by FaZe. And Carrigan taking advantage of this moment to try and get the troops all lined up, get them on the same page going into this crucial round. Because this is a full buy round on both sides. Amanek able to, he will be able to get full nades behind this as well. He should have full nades in a kit unless he's trying to save. No, okay, yeah, definitely not.
I think these are the most glasses I've seen on one team.
4 out of 5?
Yeah.
Brokey's young, he'll get there.
What was I told in school? Every 20 minutes look like 20 meters away for 20 seconds or something like that. Never did it, of course.
Yeah, but it certainly makes sense. And that is actually, you can actually regain your eyesight by doing that, by training your eyes, by trying to look at long distance.
Okay.
It takes effort, but you can do it.
Have to use more rifles in rifling school.
Opticians everywhere, just hating me for saying that.
Big opening from Armanek. That's exactly what G2 needed. Another very important round. The 13-14 score. And again, crucial, just economy-wise, especially for G2. We can see Rain, Brokey, and Cold have got money in the hole. But they don't want G2 getting to game point. That is a big Molotov. All right then, Carrigan, again, this is what I'm talking about. He knows how to turn up the heat. He can be aggressive as well and just cause massive problems. He's just having fun on this A-bomb site.
Does this prompt the rotation off or not? That smoke going down from Brokey is going to make G2 start to question themselves here. Amanek is holding close to Connector, though, so he can get through towards that A site quickly to support his teammates. And the other two are just going to stand firm here on the A site. This is going to be a clash. 3-on-3, A take coming in from FaZe. They're out of nades. They got to do it dirty.
It's always been the advantage of FaZe. Anybody can be a can opener. Quick check of ladder route by Brokey and a trade frag as the bomb is on the floor now. G2 have all the information, but only Armanek is left. I say only. He's been dangerous with this AWP. Maybe time is on his side. The bomb is just around the corner. But he's got to find a 1v1. Brokey with 2 HP. 20 seconds now. The sound cues are here. Armanek not giving... They're looking for him. They're waiting for him to pick. He's been patient and he's played time very well. Not revealing his position just yet. Trying to catch him off guard. They're focused everywhere but here. Here's the 1v1 he's looking for. Down goes Cole, but where is Brokey? 2 HP. Scoped in, defusing. 2 seconds to go now. Does Brokey peek? Oh my god! In plain sight. No respects. Game point for G2.
Pros don't fake, Bardoff. Pros don't fake. What a play. We're going to get it over again here. Amanek, man, what a hero for his team. Started slow on the map. 23 kills and a massive clutch to put his team up on map point. And that is just a nightmare, and I totally get it. Because what, is he going to go and hunt the 100 places that guy can be hiding? It's retaking A and going into a defuse situation like that is such a nightmare. So just stick it and hope. What a play.
And here they go. Numbers game into the A-bomb site, completely blind, but so are the CTs, and Rain is angry. The one constant for FaZe Clan. Charging into the A-bomb site here. 22 for 22. Just shy of leading the server. That would be Armanek, who's still alive with the AWP. Man advantage for FaZe Clan, and there's a big flank on the way. But will it come in time? Only 3 players remain for G2, including that one flanking, so holding A is going to be hard. Jack's up top with a FAMAS. That's not ideal, but here is Armanek. And now we're down to a 3-on-3 as the bomb is getting planted. Jack somehow still alive. As I say that, he gets dropped. Armanek now heading towards ladder, and Twist seems to be ready for it, but surely at some point he might look towards main, or perhaps not. Now, what is the play here? Next to with the MP9. Not an ideal situation for him. Surely Armanek's doomed if he peeks. Surely there's no way he makes it down here. There's no kit on either of these players. That bomb is fairly ticked as well, so I think this is a save for G2.
There it is. Does manage to find the one, and oh, no way! Another one plus an MP9 kill, 1,200 bucks. He has just enough for an M4 to drop for a buddy if he wants. Going into the last round.
I think it might have been an AWP main, I'm not sure, but regardless.
That's outrageous.
That gives him just enough money to buy a rifle and be shy of grenades, so there's some quick maths that G2 need to do, and they'll take a timeout to do it, figure out how best to buy in this final round of normal time at the very least. Very back and forth affair in the first half at the very least, but then the CT rounds were strung first by FaZe and then by G2, as we can see, but a late resurgence from FaZe puts them 1 round away from taking this to overtime.
And time to see if we just fully match up here, 9-6, 9-6, or if we're actually going to get G2 pulling ahead. Looking for this big play, as they are going to be very, very low on money. There isn't going to be a whole lot to work with here on the G2 side of things. And so now while FaZe, so far the change of pace out onto A, that caught G2 by surprise. Feel like the aggression from FaZe is working better for them than the slow play. So hoping that FaZe, try and keep this up. Could be the time to hit that B side early. Would be extremely amusing if they did, but I don't think it's going to happen. Rain, very quick down pop just to get that space controlled.
There is the exchange. The exchange of wine bottles and incendiaries.
Just waiting the nades out.
Not your classic French wines, more petrol-based.
Yeah, a little bit higher proof. That would be a Californian wine for you.
So we have 2 AWPs on the T side, which can really slow a round down when you've got to look for those entries. But, as you can see, 12-0 had the AK in the hole. So it's back to a normal round. It's the Brazilian special, I like to call it. Double AWPs on the T side. On train as well. Very challenging situation. Well, the margin for error is pretty small now for both these teams. We are in the sub 1 minute mark, and there aren't too many grenades left for FaZe. I don't know if that flashbang went where it was supposed to, but it's Karragon, so he won't care. Oh, there's a mid-round pop flash. He's going to eat all of that, and that's going to be a free kill for Nico. Never saw that one coming. That's a big kill for G2. Gives them some position as FaZe try to make their way into this A bomb site. 4-on-4 Cole trying to find Nico by Ivy. He's fallen back a little. Armanek still alive just about. I think he got shot in the head through the wall. Bombs on the floor, 20 seconds left, and G2 have the site surrounded. It's going to be really hard to plant this bomb now. 19 seconds. Brokey has to commit at some point. All the teammates are falling, and it looks like at the last hurdle, they won't be able to jump over. G2, 16-14, edge FaZe on train.
Unbelievable performance from G2. It looked so good for FaZe. It looked like they had a game plan, and they just barely fell short. G2, man, on a force buy as well going into that last round. It's not like they were fully equipped. They were light on nades. They didn't have all the rifles, and yet they still managed to hit all of the shots when it mattered most. FaZe, that is going to be a painful loss, because you know that you could have just snaked your opponent's map away. And now going into your map pick, you're going to be deflated. You're going to feel like you just got robbed.
Yeah, very tight game indeed. Just pipped to the post by G2. That's the first map in the bag. Thoughts at the desk after the break.
Close but no cigar for the side of FaZe. An absolute nail-biter slips through their fingers as G2 pick up their pick 16-14. Maui and Lex join me to break down exactly what went down on our first map of this series. And guys, we were setting this up to be one of our closest series so far at Flashpoint 3, and so far, Maui, it is definitely delivering.
Oh, definitely. FaZe played so well, but they just couldn't quite get it over the line. That first half had us hopeful, and I really liked what we saw out of Cold, out of Rain, some players that have been a little quieter for FaZe lately. They really stepped up today in a big way, but G2 just one-upped them.
Yeah, we were kind of questioning, Train potentially being a punish pick coming out of G2 coming into this series, but like she was saying, we got the big brain of Karrigan behind this FaZe lineup now. They've definitely been doing some practice and preparation coming into it. Sure, they couldn't close it out, but they made it so damn close.
Yeah, that's just so promising going into the rest of the series, knowing that, well, they came prepared and they delivered on map 1. It really could have gone either way. FaZe so close to closing this one out. Instead, G2, solidifying their map pick, that's a fantastic start to the series for them, but it does bode some worry, I think, considering, just how good is this FaZe lineup on the rest of these maps?
Yeah, no, there are questions coming into it. I'm sure we'll be seeing some of these answers playing out in the rest of the series, but man, we've got to talk about Amanek and the resurgence that he had throughout this map. Seemed a little bit quiet in terms of that first half. As soon as we got into that second half, though, he was absolutely lights out.
Yeah, once Amanek got on the op, it was he just didn't look back at that point. He started out pretty quiet as well. It was a lot of the other players on G2 that were doing the heavy lifting, and I'm looking forward to Mirage, but Amanek, I think it's Nico who really picks up the op more so on that map. And Nico in the first half of this one, he had that sick 4K 1v3 with the AK, and then once he went on the op, he kind of went quiet too. So I almost just wish Amanek were if I just knew going into Mirage that Amanek were picking up the op, I'd be looking for. I think G2 would have this, but now that I know that Nico picks it up lately, so unless they've switched something up since the last tournament, I'm not exactly sure what to think of it.
And I think at some point in that first half, like Amanek was 1-10, finished at 26-15. So you do the math, like he had one hell of a CT side with the op in the hand.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of questions that we had coming into this series was exactly what we'd be seeing from the AWP switching up with things. We were questioning, changing the AWPing role, coming into different halves of the same map as well.
Yeah, it didn't really look too good for Nico in that first half with the op. I mean, like I said, he had that nice clutch but was with a rifle, and then Amanek really pops off with the op. I kind of just wish Amanek were on it all the time, and I think that's kind of been the narrative with G2. But they did get the win. They did actually take down FaZe on their map pick, or on G2's own map pick. So props to them. And I just want for Mirage to be. I just want Nico to rifle though. I still want it. I still just want to see him on the AK more.
Yeah, and maybe speaking a little bit more about Amanek coming into that second half, do you feel like he was a potential difference maker, Lex, for why G2 could close out this map?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we just go back to that scoreboard for a second, you'll realize, okay, Hunter didn't have the standout performance that I personally expected him to have, and we'll get to see his performance throughout the rest of the series. Won't close on the book on that just yet, but in a matchup that came down to 16-14, you absolutely have to believe he was a difference maker in the clutch that he had. The 1v2, I mean, it was just the balls to stick the defuse, and 1v1 in that scenario where it's so close, the money's on the line, your team has to double eco if you lose it. Not only does he win the round, but he escapes with his op as well, and I think he had a few different 3 or 4K rounds that basically took G2 across the finish line for me.
Yeah, do you feel like that was a potential turning point for the side of G2, having Amanek push it to map point with that magnificent clutch?
Oh, for sure. Amanek, he played well beyond what he was supposed to do in this game, and just to break down that clutch a little bit more, I'm sure we'll see it here at the end. To get the first kill on Cold, and then to scope as he taps the bomb. I mean, it just leaves Brokey unsure of should he fight, should he take the peek, and at this point, Brokey, I mean, he doesn't even peek. He kind of walks forward, and you could see from his perspective there, he wasn't quite sure, and I got to give props to Amanek because he keeps surprising us. He keeps playing above, I think, what everybody is billing him at. I think now at this point, with how G2 has settled into this 5-man lineup, people have seen Amanek's potential as just a player and as an opper, and so I really hope going into Mirage that they just kind of continue to use him as a focal point, because we just saw right there how he can take over a game when he has the tools to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, considering it's going into Mirage next, this is going to be FaZe's map pick. And, I mean, I was kind of billing this map as being the one where we're really going to get to see that emergence of a new FaZe. Well, maybe we got to see a little bit of that on Train. You know, maybe they haven't found their final form, or maybe that's just as good as they can match up against a dominant G2 on Train. But Mirage, I mean, the potential to extend this into 3 maps just seems almost likely at this point.
Well, we will be moving on into Mirage very shortly indeed, but before we do that, we've got to get some thoughts from Alan and some questionable calls from G2.
The last time we saw G2 and FaZe face off was during the IEM Summer Qualifiers, where G2 fell flat on their map pick of Mirage, and this round played a key role in that map loss. So jumping into this one, and we can see that G2, they've just won the pistol, and this is the second round. And they're throwing smokes right now on towards stairs and jungle. And what they want to do is apply pressure to this A bomb site and pull some rotates, pull some attention from that CT side, whilst these 2 players in Amanek and Hunter boost up and into window. And the hope here was that Twist could have rotated off towards the A bomb side, but Twist, he stays put, he doesn't move, and the round quickly goes south as Hunter is dropped first, and then Amanek over here in towards Connector. He starts fumbling around with his nades, and Twist catches him out and makes it a 5-on-3 for FaZe, where they'll clean this one up. So from my perspective, I'm not sure this was the right call to be running into a 4-spy. It's a bit risky, and you're relying on the other team to make some rotates off the pressure you're applying. Will we see any more questionable calls coming out of G2 moving forward? Over to you guys on the desk.
Thank you very much, Alan. Great to get some thoughts from him on our second map of Mirage. And you also had some thoughts about twists coming into this second map of the series.
Yeah, what I think Alan's clip demonstrated really nicely is that Twist kind of gets to be this connector and sometimes window player, and on Liquid, that really wasn't his role. That was Alicia's spot, and now that he's playing that connector position, probably one of, if not the most important spot on the CT side of Mirage, you can see that his potential is just all on display constantly.
And who do you think is going to be the most instrumental player when we're coming into this for the side of FaZe?
Oh, I think we just teed it up nicely. Twist is, I mean, this is a map where traditionally he frags the F out on, and I just expect him to kind of, okay, the game plan of Kerrigan, the resurgence of FaZe that we're kind of chalking up as a storyline here. I really think Twist is going to carry the rest of the series in terms of whether or not FaZe can take down G2.
Well, do you think that will be the case? Do you think we will see FaZe resurging, considering, you know, it was so close on G2's map pick?
I really hope so, but Twist only had, I think, 12 kills in the last game. He was mostly on the op, though, and on Mirage, he does rifle a lot more, and I think that once he gets that comfort, that M4 in his hands again, I think he'll be in a really nice place, and hopefully FaZe can bring us to a third. Yeah,
and considering we picked up on Amanek as maybe a focal point coming into this second map, we're not really sure exactly how he'll be utilized, but who are you kind of looking at from the side of G2 if they're going to be taking this in too?
I think it's got to be Hunter that we look at, considering, I mean, 12 kills of each of the players that we're discussing during the break. But, I mean, frag counters and everything, you don't always get the opportunities on every map that you would across, you know, the positions you play, the role you play in a team. But considering how I think G2 has just played exceptionally, and he's kind of been the, you know, almost like the watermark for how good they can be. Okay, well, if he's not performing and the games are coming down this close, I think it really just relies on all 5 players delivering here from G2.
Well, we're going to see exactly who will be delivering as we head on into our second map of this series. It's going to be Mirage, and Semler and James will be guiding you on through it.
I never get bored of Mirage. I love me some Mirage. What about you? What's your opinion on Mirage?
Likewise, man. Likewise. I always enjoy watching Mirage. It's the most played map right now in the pool. Everybody gets it. Everybody enjoys it. You get a bit of the strat side. You get a bit of the aim side. You get a bit of everything on Mirage, you know? So it really is for the CS player that doesn't know how to make up their mind. What do they like?
I would estimate that 70% of people watching don't know how to smoke window in Mirage.
Yeah. That would not blow my mind.
Sort yourselves out, people. Sort yourselves out.
YPRAC maps, get on there.
Yeah, there are so many. There's like unlimited places you could go to learn how to smoke the window. So get your jump scripts going. It is that time, and let's go.
You see, there you just added another layer. That's why I was actually against jump scripts initially, because not everybody's going to have a jump script, right? Not everybody's going to know what a jump script is.
Yeah, well, it's time to learn. You gotta move with the times. I had to do it. I was like, no, sportsmanship. No, I've got jump script. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just got to get that consistency in. It is time for the pistol round. G2 will be defenders of the earth. And FaZe will be the intergalactic
Kegger.
overlords, something or other. I don't know. I'm
Is
not
this an
one for
intergalactic
sci-fi.
kegger?
There'll be Xenu and his crew.
Just rolling by on an asteroid, ready to pick you up. Let's go. Time to get into the party. And Hunter's just thinking that right now. He's changed his gloves. Fair enough, fair enough. But he has not removed his ability to hit headshots. That was clean.
Satisfying.
And it drops Rain as well, the real heavy lifter for FaZe when it comes to pistol rounds. That is a nice kill. And it's setting themselves up for a retake A kind of strategy here, G2, as Nexa is holding pretty far back in CT, just jump spotting for now. Going to figure it out in a moment that this is about to be the hot spot to be.
You can see Rops. Nex is putting the apex of his jump behind toll booth, so he can't just get popped in the head with hang time in no man's land. With a smoke, the bomb is planted in the middle of the bomb site, and FaZe fall back. They've almost given up the entire bomb site. We can see Twist is in the connector position. Karrigan has been popped by USP, so FaZe are playing at range, mostly with Glocks, which is quite an interesting approach versus the USPs. Nexus still has a smoke grenade as well. I don't think this one's going to go the way of FaZe. You can see them trying to peek with the pop flash. Twist will do what he can, but it's only Twist and Brokey left now, and soon it'll be only Brokey, and soon it'll be nobody at all. So G2 take the pistol. FaZe abandon the bomb site, and G2 take what's being given to them.
Brutal, brutal. And that ends G2's, or rather FaZe's streak against G2 on Mirage. Last time these two teams faced, FaZe took 6 T-side rounds in a row to close out the map and just end G2 in an ominous fashion. Now it's going to be G2 winning another pistol. So G2 are just winning pistols against FaZe. They're looking so good.
That certainly helps.
And they start strong here, really shutting down FaZe, at least at the very beginning. Curious to see if FaZe are going to elect to go for the force buy in this round. We may actually have a technical timeout.
Judging by those webcams, similar, it looks like an AI is playing.
An AI is playing.
That's my only conclusion.
Well, I
Because
mean,
the
with
4
aim like
players
Twist.
and then computer.
4 players and then computer.
So I think an AI is playing.
Okay. Who would the AI replace on the team?
With just whoever's doesn't have a webcam. But if I had to pick
if you had to replace, exactly. If you had to replace
on which team?
on G2.
Okay, so if an AI was to replace a player,
Yeah, 4 players plus AI. Who would you take out?
ooh, that's a tough one.
Nexa.
Nexa?
Yeah, IGL. You wouldn't want an AI IGLing for you? Million computations
I don't
per
know, man. You
microsecond, just figuring it all out and knowing in each and every moment what you need to be doing in the round to succeed?
Gabe Newell would pick the IGL. So there's a clip on YouTube on Reddit right now.
Sure.
He was talking at a school, and somebody asked him about anti-cheat in CS and so on. But afterwards, he was talking about AI, and I think he said in 8 years there should be an AI which could do his job better than him.
Uh-huh.
Which I could tell you now is not going to happen. But
How so?
I just don't believe that stuff.
That's fair.
I just think no, that. I mean,
if
like,
his
run a
if his
company,
job
that's a
was
very
playing
complicated-
chess or Go,
yeah,
then
if it was some kind of more linear thing, but running an entire company, no.
considering you can still stop an AI-driven car with like a ring of salt around it, you know, I'll be waiting for a little
Right?
bit.
I'm a non-believer. Look how fast.
Whatever
Rain
you
is
do,
up
don't talk to
short
Anders
here.
about this though.
Definitely not. Well, down goes Nico, and Hunter will leave an AK lying in the short position. Maybe there's somebody here to rescue him, but perhaps not. Next up close with the MP9. There's action all over the map. Cold Zero's made his way onto the bomb site, as has Twist, trying to pepper Nexa, who's on a ramp. Switching positions with the T's, if you will. We can see the crawl space hasn't been broken, which makes it hard for the retake here for G2. They're supposed to be at the advantage. They got 3 rifles to the 2 of FaZe, who have the bomb site, and Cold walking through the smoke, maybe a masterstroke. Hunter's never going to see this one coming. And down he goes. Nexa and Jax remain. There are defuse kits for both players, but this is a very awkward situation indeed. Oh my god, Karrigan. Liberties are being taken. He's having a pretty good time, is Karrigan. He's definitely delivering some impact frags.
That was such a sick kill, wasn't it? Let's go with the D headshots. FaZe on the board, managing to pick up the second round. Big plays from them. 2 rifle saves, bomb planted, and everything rolling right along. And yeah, chaos. Once again, we saw how successful it was. Maybe that's what actually needs to happen here for FaZe, because we saw them pick up some rounds on that T side on train when things got chaotic and they just played too quick to slow down and overthink things. You know, it seemed to kind of go their way. You just kind of rely on the aim, get in there, get chaotic. Well, in this round, there's just action all over the place. And FaZe managed to come out ahead. And so G2 are going to be the ones on the back foot now, fighting back. And let's see if FaZe can give us a repeat performance, because the last time they played against G2 on this map, and it wasn't long ago, just a couple weeks ago, they destroyed G2 16-5. So repeat performance entirely possible here for FaZe. And they are certainly going to be kicking themselves, FaZe, as it was so close, as you guys can see. Full 30 rounds, 16-14 on train, the first map of this series. It could have been a 2-0. Well, let's see. Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to go the distance? We're going all 3 maps, Bardolph.
I wouldn't mind an Inferno finisher. I think everybody loves an Inferno finisher. So I wouldn't be against it. But I think Mirage could be an entertaining finish as well. So either one is fine for me. Are you still feeling confident about your FaZe pick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't give a... Come on, man.
That's just
Rain. Am I going to go against Kerrigan?
Confidence from Semler. And Cold is indeed lurking in Palace as FaZe head into Connector. There are many pistoleros for them to deal with on this bomb site. They'll isolate some fights. There's nobody in jungle, but there's no concern towards jungle, or little concern now. Oh, that's a sweep. Actually, it's Rain who gets that kill. That's a tight shot from Cold. So most of the threats have been neutralized. Jax is still moving into the point of no return with the Org 1 versus 4. I think maybe he should have been moving away in that situation.
Probably felt like he was trapped. Lost control of jungle. Probably just going to try and fight his way out of there if he was going to survive at all. But still, it doesn't really change the fact that his team lost the round, and they are going to be in a round of eco here for G2. And Cold's aim is looking snappy. That's why I'm kind of, you know, I haven't lost faith in FaZe just yet. Because some of these heavy hitters that we said have to perform for the team to start turning it around and start getting those results, I mean, they're stepping up to the plate. Rain, Cold Zero, both hitting shots. If you can start activating twists in a meaningful way, life is going to get really uncomfortable for G2.
That was 4 HEs into the window. No one was there. That's an eco round strat that people sometimes do. A smoke up on short and then throw the grenades over them into the window. Not something you normally see on a buy round, but I love to see that. 4 HEs there, but nobody's home. Maybe if they save that one for a... well, I mean, if there's a chance that G2 could stack at the window, I suppose. But I'd love to see that on a buy round. Anyway. FaZe with big presence in mid. Not in too much of a rush. They've got trade frag if it's necessary, and it will be on this occasion.
Why does he lead with the bomb? That's just one... I mean, I know it's... They, you know, obviously Semler, you know, they got the kill. But still, if it's leading with the bomb, just always freaks me out, because then you're just committed to that spot on the map. And if you're walking into a stack and the first guy in dies with the bomb, then you're just pretty much having to deal with that stack from there on out.
Bomb has been planted.
What? Is that new USP? It must be.
I couldn't say. You're the skin maestro.
I still like the Ancient Visions. That's my one, with the Crimson Weave gloves. This one's a bit too fancy. I feel like the styling of this one kind of goes out of fashion after a while, whereas the Ancient Visions is timeless.
What is the Ancient Visions?
It's the one from the kind of Mayan collection, if you will, from the Operation.
Okay.
It's got like Aztec stuff on it.
Okay. Timeless, you say?
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, timeless. You've got to go for the timeless picks with your aesthetics. The ones which are too futuristic and stuff, you know, they're like cool and they're a bit boring after a while, so you've got to avoid those ones. Go for the timeless stuff, the classic stuff, you know.
I appreciate that, Bardolph. You know, as a man who absolutely detests modern architecture, I totally get where you're coming from.
Exactly, yeah. But this watch is from 1989.
See, there you go.
The modern nonsense.
It's almost like we do need to just go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
More ways than one. Aye. 3-1. FaZe in the lead on the T side. And just looking fantastic. Whereas, you know, G2, it is definitely going to be a bit of the struggle now as they have that AWP in play. They finally have the nades, and now we get to go to the default. But again, it's looking like it's going to be Amanek who is going to be opping for G2 on this CT side. They've stuck with it. Nico has definitely thrown in the towel when it comes to opping on Mirage. Pretty sure there was a Coach Lau at one point where Launder's like, oh wow, Nico performed pretty well in Mirage. Let's take a look and see. And it turns out he had the op once, gotten a kill with it, and then never touched it again. Just went back to rifling. It's like, oh well, that explains a lot. But listen, when you've got arguably the best rifler in the world on your team, just let him rifle. Just let him rifle.
There's an explosion waiting to happen here in mid, but 2 players for FaZe and Palace. I do wonder if they'll try to run distraction. What is it G2 have sensed here? They've abandoned A completely.
It's retake scenario.
Here comes the run boost. See what Hunter's good for. Oh my god, Nico, the back of the head, and he's dead.
What?
Brokey gets both of them. That is unorthodox to say the least.
Dude, where's the Mountain Dew? You see that 360?
45 seconds on the clock, and they've still got 2 lurkers in Paris. Palace, rather. But Cold Zero has made his way out, and he's causing yet more problems. That was quite a play from FaZe. Completely broke the setup of G2. But it's so interesting that G2 sent something, left A completely, put another player at least towards the jungle position, but to no avail.
Please tell me we have a replay of that. Because Brokey just literally pulled off the 360 to save himself. That is insane. Run boost into the first kill. What a round from FaZe. That's going to secure them a 4th round, and G2 right now cannot be pleased with how this is going. Amanek getting 0 value in mid with that AWP. Frustrating, so frustrating on the CT side to make that op work. But they go for the setup. They trust the setup. Unfortunately, they just could not handle Brokey. So FaZe, yeah, now this is really good. This is actually starting to ramp up really nicely here for FaZe. Confidence building rounds. They know that they can beat G2 on the T side. They've done it in the past. They've mauled them on the CT side as well. And so punish picks on both sides here for these teams. And now let's see, did we get it or not? I'm going to be sad. Yeah, here we go. Run boost, first kill.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
No. Oh my god. You've got to put an MLG sticker on your gun after that. He actually
so
360'd
sick.
him.
That's so sick. Good job, Brokey.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. That is an absolute liberty.
Ooh, very cool though from Amanek. That is slick.
And it's a mixed bag from G2. Nice pre-fire from Rain, sending Armanek down to 10 HP. Very slow start for G2 here on Mirage. Difficult CT side thus far. The FaZe of mid presence has been important to FaZe. On this occasion, they'll fall back after that initial kill, and there are no eyes on mid for G2. And perhaps risks have to be taken here with their weaponry.
And that's why Kerrigan's holding as passively as he is, right? Just like, okay, if you guys are going to push into me, I'm going to try and set myself up to have every advantage here. And as far as the rest of FaZe are concerned, they're going to be gathering up here. With a minute on the clock, they can begin to push on in here. And it is going to be the execute coming in now onto the A site. 2 players here. One playing pretty far back. Nexo with the MP9. Let's see if he can actually get some value. Yep, manages to get past that smoke. He's going to be a triple. And this is Nico with the dig.
Oh, we've seen it before. 30 seconds now. Nexo really desperately trying to stay alive, but it's inevitable at this point. Bombs planted, and I think it's surely a safe situation. You can see Jack's going fishing, and Armanek is around the corner, but with 10 HP, I think he needs to make an exit. Already read by Cold Zero, looking to cut him off. That pistol we saw earlier is called the Traitor.
Indeed.
Indeed, it is a new weapon in the game.
Okay, then.
Or a new skin, rather. So Armanek trying to hide in plain sight, wishful thinking. I think that he will not survive. And FaZe move to 5. Oof. Oh my god, he died to the explosion. Well, at least there's no kill bonus. No $300 for the players looking for him.
Yeah, thou shalt not have an easy time here. I think it's written somewhere right now for G2, and yeah, they've had enough. They're tapping out. They need to take a tactical here. And I like it. It's going into the first a big buy round here for them, where they're going to have full money. Amanek is going to have that AWP. Let's say second full buy round. But let's see, Amanek and Jax, I think, are playing from the same location, if I'm not mistaken, unless Jax has returned home. But for a while there, Amanek and Jax, I think they were rooming together. And of course, while Nexa, Nico, and Hunter on their own. Tough break here. I mean, in this online era where G2, kind of struggling.
I really want to know what's being hidden behind that giant board. There could be a pile of bodies behind there for all we know.
I mean, he's got the cleaner hat on, doesn't he?
Or a pile of noodle pots.
More likely,
Like
but
home ramen pots,
Yeah, those ramen pots. I don't know if they have ramen pots in France, to be fair. I mean, they might have ramen.
They're probably offended by the thought of a ramen pot, but they're missing out, man.
Dude, you've got baguette and pate over there, man. It's just like the pate's too good. You're just gonna eat that all day.
I do not disagree. Food of my childhood. 3 smokes up in mids. Still present. Rain is behind the boxes. Nico's creeping around connector. G2 need a change in fortune, and maybe they've got that with Armanek. He's got an angle in the apartment with the AWP, and that will allow G2 to focus heavily on the A bomb side. But as we can see on the radar, the bomb is in B apartments. But of course, Armanek's position is going to be hard for FaZe to challenge. Rain will run denial of information in the mid position. The window has been smoked. And that's a very deep smoke in apartments as Armanek chooses to fall back. They don't have any angles for this B split, actually, so Armanek's a little stuck now. Big headshot. Now, FaZe don't know what lies on the B bomb site beyond Armanek. They don't know that he's the only man there, but they will hear him fall back. There's a boost in the window, and Karrigan's quickly dealt with as well. That's an upgrade of a weapon. We can see that the race is on now. Armanek wondering what might be happening. He's got the angle up on the window, avoids the flashbang. But where is the push? A bit stunted now. Only 2 plays left. Swing and a miss. He has support, though, on the bomb site. The last 2 players in the apartments. There is the bomb. All the information G2 need as they close in on the B bomb site. coldzera 1 versus 5 with 16 seconds on the clock. Won't be able to fire a bullet. A 500 HP round for G2. Exactly what they were after.
Certainly is. I mean, a stunted kind of round there for FaZe. A little bit frustrated here with this dry peek from Rain, that there was no trade attempt made by a teammate. But perhaps teammates were worried about there being a re-peek from Connector, and so they're trying to hold that angle to see if they can get a kill there instead. So layers on layers, it just does not pan out for FaZe one bit that round, and so G2 collect a second one for themselves. FaZe now, they are going to tap into that bank. They had quite a bit to work with. And so they will be able to make their way in here fully equipped on this round. And now doubling up in Palace. They were fully expecting there to be some aggression from G2 on that side of the map. And instead it's Amanek getting cheeky in the smoke.
Yeah, favouring that position now. Wasn't quite spotted in the round prior. Again, the focus is towards A on this occasion for FaZe. Bomb to be collected by Cold. And again, Rain is top mid. There's a deep setup for G2 on the A bomb side. We can see Jackson Nexa with a crossfire. Nexa just playing for information here. Try to lure FaZe into a trap. Unless FaZe use utility, then Nico will be ready as well from jungle. And Hunter's not too far behind. Concerned with another window play. In the meantime, there's a minute on the clock for FaZe as they slowly creep forward. Piece of utility here and there, the crouch peek with the bomb in tow. We've got some dinks as well, but Jackson's the one to go down. The crossfire's been broken, but there can be others for G2 as they still have jungle control with no smokes up. Nexa falling back now, and again, he can play off of Nico here. 30 seconds remaining. We've got rotations towards CT. Bomb plant becoming difficult now for FaZe. They've got to find more frags, and there's one. coldzera's patience pays off, and Nico gets deleted as well. And they fall like dominoes, leaving Armanek in a 1 versus 3. This is still doable. 20 seconds. Warbangs are possible as well. Bit high on that shot. Oh, coldzera, how on earth is he still alive?
Oh, no,
Armanek down to 1 HP through the box, and he's out of here.
1 health, and coldzera's going to be close enough. Going to be close enough, but he has no way of knowing whether or not he's getting watched, and he is so low on health himself, but it's well worth taking the risk. There's money in the bank for him and his teammates. Oh, he spots him. Gonna see it? There it is. Beautiful shot from coldzera. Shuts down Amanek, does not let him get away with that AWP. Really trying to apply a maximum amount of pressure to G2's bank. There will be enough money to rebuy an AWP for for G2. I see.
Well, there's a lack of consistency in rounds here for G2. It has been a drought on this CT side. Just a pistol. They win one round and they're broken again by FaZe. The buy is coming through. You'll see it soon enough. Difficult game of Mirage so far. Had a fair amount of slow rounds. We'll see if the pace changes from FaZe. Tries to catch G2 off guard, perhaps. Again, there's been early presence from FaZe in mid. Previously, with around 3 players, and often of late it's been Rain mainly. Smoke to create some space for himself, and down goes Brokey. Again, Armanek with an early frag towards the B bomb site. That has been a consistent for G2, but they need more than that. Need to convert some more rounds here. You can see Carrigan edging forward, looking for the trade fragger immediately. Very aware, but he will fall back somewhat. Jack, look at this aggression from Jax. coldzera, though, again, further away from the points of contention. Superior angle, but Jax is still alive. And there's only 3 players left for FaZe Clan. All goes quiet again as we head towards that minute mark.
And again, I kind of feel like I want to see FaZe pick up the pace, just because when they're playing slow and drawn out like this, it feels like it's not always really working out in their favor. Would perhaps like to see a little bit more aggression out of them and maybe some chaos. But we are going to get the setup as the molly goes down into window. We will get that smoke on short, and FaZe will group up accordingly, which is kind of what you expect them to do in a 3v5. Hope that you can get in here, you can trade, and you can get that bomb planted, because you desperately need that money right now if you're FaZe. Your bank is tapped.
Well, FaZe are surrounded on this bomb site as they are delayed on A ramp. There's a CT rotation from Armanek with the AWP, but his help has gone. Now, can he pick up where they left off? There's a... Oh my god, how on earth is he still alive? Bomb planted, Armanek creeping with the AWP. This is going to be hard. G2 look to lose everything here. The angle coldzera is holding will be a problem, and so will that one from Carrigan. You can see coldzera starting to move now, starting to warm up late on. And once again, Armanek is in the CT position, having to fall back. This has repeatedly been a problem for him, but maybe this time he will survive. FaZe moved to 7 on the T side of Mirage.
That is an outrageous round for FaZe to win. The fact that they managed to actually come back down 2 players and actually winning the round. And so now FaZe, I mean, I take it back. Slow play can still work out for these guys, and maybe they are truly benefiting from getting to actually sit side by side here, truly play on LAN, actually have each other's back. They can feel like a team right now, and this has got to be a revitalizing experience. Just really have to put the emphasis on that for FaZe. The fact that these guys can actually play on LAN finally after all this time, kind of playing at home alone and trying to stay focused in that environment. Kerrigan expressed how difficult that can be. And well, what a shot from Amanek.
You have to respect that. And again, Rain's he's been alone in mid so often. That is a great way to deal with him. Armanek rotating that AWP, that hero AWP that has had some impact towards B, but again, not enough for more rounds. Hunter will run in with the flash. They know there are more players towards A. They still have the man advantage, G2. And if FaZe choose to fall back, then maybe rifles can be collected. Very awkward situation now for FaZe Clan with the remaining 3 players. Brokey just lurking around that X on the radar at the moment, just in case somebody is a little greedy, wants more cake than birthdays.
Would kind of like to see them group up again, though, just because you spread out like this. You're putting AKs at risk. If they, if G2 have buddied up on this eco round, you run the risk of maybe getting one, but then donating an AK over to G2. And so G2 right now with 3 on A. We can have Amanek rotating over towards the B site. G2 electing to try and cover a bit more ground here rather than going for the gamble and focusing on one site. Not sure if I agree with this, James. I was actually pretty happy with Amanek over towards A and kind of just focusing on defending that A site. Now Amanek has to rotate over quick. There is a window for him to get in here towards CT, and he is about to hit it. They are slow, FaZe.
Oh, I thought Karrigan was doomed, but Nico didn't have the angle for the crouch. And again, Amanek struggling towards CT, but look at the time on the clock. 15 seconds left, and Nex is just hiding there. He's just waiting. The pre-fire is here from coldzera. So aware to spatial awareness. Karrigan through the smoke if necessary. Tex, can he find the angle? He can, but the bomb is planted. 1-on-1 now. Instant trade from Amanek, and a third round for G2 costs them close to everything, but they've got a round on the board.
Managing to finally do it, finally break that streak. But again, FaZe just so slow, it feels like. When they need to be going and speeding up a bit, it ends up costing them as the smokes are going to clear, and that leaves them vulnerable when they really needed to have that cover working for them. And so, again, fractions of seconds make a difference in Counter-Strike. A fantastic call 2 seconds later can be a disaster. And while here, the hesitation winds up costing them. And I think the players, now we may actually have to see the reverse of that meta, where I think it's becoming a little bit too predictable, players sitting in smokes. And players are starting to take advantage of that. They're starting to really hold on smokes and just wait and see. Instead of trying to pre-aim other angles through the smoke, they're actually holding the smoke itself because so many players are just sitting in it.
Amanek so important on this CT side for G2. Didn't quite get the full connection there, but the impact frags have been key. They've had the potential to be key. Many of those kills towards B didn't yield around for G2, but we can see how important he is in this makeup on this CT site. Rain creeping through. Nico, same position, better weapon, absolutely ready. Brokey with the crouch peeks, looking for Amanek, and Armanek's on the way, just showing a bit of elbow, but he gets the better of Brokey on this occasion. Cold now, and a 1 versus 5 as G2 look for a 4th round, and there's no money for FaZe Clan. This is so important for them. Only good for 1 kill though, and now G2 could even end up leading in this half once it's over.
There's a real chance, although they've been pretty good about getting bomb plants, FaZe, so I'm not going to write them off just yet, even if they are kind of economically behind now. If they get a bomb plant in this round, which is going to be an eco round, they're going to be just fine going into the next one, and they can keep the pressure going on G2. More about G2, you know, keeping bodies alive. They need to keep all of their gear going here. The remaining 4 rounds in this first half have to go their way. And so this is just kind of getting a little bit out of hand here. Nico holding close. HE in the ramp, just going to go right on by. Karrigan leading with the bomb, and this is what I was talking about. I mean, they are going to commit to the A site, but again, that bomb carrier pretty much guaranteeing that they have to commit to the A site. And well, that's a quick round of eco.
Fast eco round is a good eco round. 5
Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like pulling out a tooth or something, you know, or a splinter.
Tie it to a door, tie the door to a car, tie the car to a boat.
There you go.
And the boat to a falling building. And you're probably good.
It's like dominoes. Just bigger and bigger dominoes to pull a tooth out.
Yeah. That's how I would do it.
Okay, fair enough. We see a lot of property damage around the household with James growing up.
Single sniper in the hands of G2 again. Amanek has a chance to be key. Nico changing things up, not in connector this time. Popping coldzera, hello old friend, and goodbye, dispatched off. Karrigan looking for revenge, but Nico's here once more. He's got help on the low ground as well. And we've got a CT position, so there's a crossfire. Down the ladder, nice pop flash from Nico. Really looking for some highlights here. The bomb's been dropped by Hunter, and Nico's looking for more. He'll find it, leaving Rain in the 1 versus 5. And again, looking for a multi-frag now, and Hunter will deny him just in time. 6 rounds on the board for G2. Can they make it to 8?
What a shame he couldn't get that knife. Just hoping to get that bonus 15. That bonus 1500.
I think he's going for the multi-frag there.
You think he was going for the multi?
Yeah.
I think he's
trying to do as much as he can.
I think he was trying to shank.
I do appreciate a good shank. In Counter-Strike, at least.
Indeed. Although, definitely looking forward to seeing what FaZe can do here in these next 2 rounds, as they are going to be just powering up. And again, HE's to mid-window. Bam, 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 bam. Hoping to catch somebody. Unfortunately for them, nobody peeking mid this round. Very quick up con, though. And FaZe really trying to pick up the pace. Love to see it.
They're spreading like ants, FaZe, but they're being stepped on. Being sprayed. Bug repellent is out. coldZera looking for an opportunity. At this point, the damage is irrelevant. It's purely about trying to clutch the round. That looks less and less likely. Or is it? Karrigan's managed to pick up the AK-47. 1 versus 4 made 3. There's a chance to collect the bomb as well. And with over a minute on the clock, he could go anywhere he likes. He could head top mid and go back towards ramp. If Nexus was still by the ramp, he would have heard Karrigan top mid, and then they would have really closed the net. But he does not have that audio cue. So Karrigan has a gamble to make. One of these bomb sites will have just the one player on it. That will be B. Armanic and CT spawn. Karrigan's got some work to do. We can see Nexa closing in on ramp now. Maybe there's a chance of a default plant if he can catch Armanic off guard. I think there was a sound cue there. Not sure if he was close enough, but looks like he is going to catch him completely unawares. There's a default plant. Not much that can be done about it. He's going for the full round here. 18 seconds now. He's going for the more open plant. That was a mistake. Oh my God, Karrigan! Karrigan versus Jax now. He has to assume that he is on the B bomb site and he's making his way one way or another. And there he is. Oh, I can't believe he's clutched that. That's absolutely outrageous from Karrigan. A 4K stealing around for FaZe Clan. They were not supposed to win that one.
They were not, but again, Karrigan coming up with those impact plays, man. He leads from the front, Bardolph. He gets the job done. This shot that he gets on Nexus, filthy. Let's see it. Bam.
God. The taps.
So sick.
He's smurfing.
Oh, 15th round now, and FaZe take the lead on the T side in this first half. That is terrific as far as they're concerned. It puts them in a position to get 9-6 as well. Although G2, they did manage to show some fight there, chaining 4 rounds in a row, so they've actually got some money. They will have a full buy. This is going to be a tactical timeout taken by FaZe. And so now setting up for the final round of this first half. Karrigan, she's like, listen, guys, you know, if I can click heads, you can click heads, right? Twists, don't worry, man. You're overthinking things. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Twist has got those murderer glasses.
Yeah,
like
straight from the 80s. You know?
Michael Douglas and Falling Down, you know?
He can just do some ruthless things.
Absolutely.
The thing is, though, is that Twist is not really doing ruthless things on the server right now. And on Mirage, last time around, these two teams faced, Twist was the monster just murking everybody. These last 2 maps have been pretty quiet from Twist.
Oh, coldZera has half a chance, and Nico knows nothing about it. Nothing about it at all. I'm sure he's frustrated with that one. Potential desk puncher. Well then. Again, we said everybody in FaZe, including Karrigan, is capable of popping off, and that was an exceptional round from Karrigan, which could change the face of this half. G2 with some momentum swiftly taken away, but we are at that last round now of this first half. Very light on utility are G2, and Armanic gets popped by Twist. That's an impact frag, only his 4th kill in this half. Hunter trying to hold things down as best he can, but Twist is here again.
Hangs around, gets that 2nd kill, and now Twist, is he aware that there could have been a flank through? Oh, he's going to spot him, but he gets caught reloading his gun. At least that's very valuable information now picked up. They know that he can come from mid, and you can see the quick rotation from Rain, making sure that he covers ramp. And now, well, I mean, it's just done here for Nexa. What's he going to do? 1v3 retake. They spot you top mid, and now you have to win this fight, and it's just not going to happen. 9-6 at the end of the half for FaZe.
Yeah, and that's a lot of thanks to Karrigan for those late rounds. Really big clutch from him. Let's see what else they have in the tank FaZe Clan. If they can take it to a 3rd map, we'll find out after the break. Well, Semler's convinced that this is going to a third map. It wouldn't surprise me. Again, I think it's still going to be reasonably close in the second half.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I honestly don't favor either team right now.
Okay. I think on this map, at least the last time these two teams played, I mean, FaZe just utterly shut down G2 on the CT side. So odds are we're going to get a repeat here. And FaZe now, after getting that many rounds on the T side, it should be boding pretty well for them in this second half. I'm thinking we're going to get our Inferno. I have not given up on FaZe. And with how many points I've put on FaZe, I am going to murk all of you in the prediction game today.
So, I put the minimum on G2 and put most of it on Heroic. Put 750 Heroic, 250 G2.
Just not going to get that return, Bardolph, I'm sorry.
This half could have ended 8-7 in G2's favor, but Karrigan just had something to say about that, He just decided that this was not going to be the way. And do you know what? I don't mind, because I love to see these kind of performances from Karrigan. I don't want to see him underperforming. I think you can have like a big name squad like FaZe Clan has always been, and have an IGL who underperforms. But Karrigan is very capable of delivering himself. We saw it in Mousesports, and we see it today in FaZe in a ridiculous clutch. It was absolutely outrageous. It was plain rude.
It was. Clean headshots is the main thing. And, well, I mean, to be fair, it's just like on Train. I'm feeling pretty good about a FaZe Clan that's got coldzera hitting shots, that's got, the hitters on there that have been actually kind of struggling recently. Cold in particular is the one that I pay close attention to. I've been saying from the start that Cold, he is going to be integral to the success for this team. And so until he gets online, FaZe are going to struggle. Well, I didn't mean that once Cold gets online, Twist needs to go quiet.
Yep.
That's going to make life a little bit difficult. I think that's why we have so many rounds going G2's way, because Twist has been pretty quiet so far. Rain has been pretty quiet so far this map. Could have been even more of a one-sided scoreline if either of those guys picked up any of the plays.
As long as someone is picking up the slack,
Indeed.
Then I'm happy. And Karrigan came in when he needed to, which was great to see. But I mean, on this T side now for G2, who are you looking at to deliver?
Oh, it's got to be Kovac and Kovac. They got to take him to court. Sue him.
To the Hague.
Putting the suit on. They got the briefcase. And they're just going to go after him, man, because it's going to be a painful half here for FaZe if Nico and Hunter can pop off. Especially because I don't think Nico goes for the AWP on this T side. I really want to see the rifle from him. I want to see quick plays from G2. And just get in there and smash him.
Well,
so do not let FaZe get comfortable.
What we've seen so far from Armanek is that he's got the flicks for the chicks, so I think I would expect him to have the AWP if someone's going to have it, but we shall see. Not always required on a Mirage. True.
And so that's where it's like, okay, just lean into the rifles. Lean hard into the rifles. We've seen Nico go for like the Krieg on T side Mirage. It's an option. I'd rather see that than the op from him right now.
Nico's been gifted a P250 by the likes of Armanek. And it's Nexa with the Glock kill to respond to Twist's USP, but Brokey will do one better for FaZe Clan, giving him a man advantage. coldzera looking for info. There is one under the window, not sure if he's seen it. You can see Nico going for the taps there again, looking for the trade fragger. Always got to look at the other positions you're vulnerable to once you've announced your position. But there was nobody by the stairs. A brazen bomb plant is denied by FaZe Clan. And indeed, Simla, I start to wonder now if we're looking at a 12-6 scoreline before the big buys come out for G2.
Indeed. Yes, quite. I do believe. I don't know how to do a British accent, I'm afraid.
I was wondering what region that was.
It's going to be... I
was thinking Nigeria,
if I do a British accent, it either sounds Australian or I start just going into the south and, boy.
Yeah, it was going a little bit.
And that's not what we're going for here. The Brits, you got to do a bit of an underbite, I suppose. But then again, still just goes right into a southern.
All I hear is American.
Yeah, not happening. So FaZe, they go for the rifles, and it's going to be a force buy coming out of G2. They are not going to waste any time at all. They need to try and put a stop to FaZe running away with this. And I was kind of deep down hoping that we would just get the explosive B rush, just straight up. Exploit the fact that they might be light on nades. But instead, it is going to be a bit of pressure in connector here in a moment. And well, let's see FaZe. As far as FaZe are concerned, they're just kind of covering all the boxes right now. 3 on A, 2 on B. Default, straight out of the box. Not even messing with the settings.
Well, the split is on. We can see FaZe playing as much range as possible. Big flashbang, and Rain will say hello. Oh, the bomb's been dropped. That's awkward. They really need this bomb plant. It's a big part of their plan. Armanek being real careful about it, collects the bomb, but he would be exposed to the short position. I think I saw a little poke through the smoke there from Twist, who makes his way around, and they are indeed surrounded. A shooting gallery in favor of FaZe. Everybody gets a deletion, but they got 2 kills from that. They didn't get the bomb plant. I think that's like the base of where they need to be in that round, but 2 kills is something. It's a consolation.
An utter brutal constellation, but no bomb plant means no fun this round. It should have a hard eco and probably just a straight rush, and that's really, it goes down to timing when maybe a split second's difference there, right? That smoke blooms and then they start crossing. All of a sudden that bomb may not be getting dropped and you're not getting that wrench thrown in things in the machinery. And so it's all in the detail. And so Brokey applying a little bit of pressure mid with that HE, and they were thinking about it. At least Amanek was trying to hope to catch somebody there. Not meant to be, though, unfortunately for him.
Looks like we are headed to that 12-6 scoreline. I thought it was likely post-pistol. And I can't imagine this is the one. I mean, we've seen rounds 1 with Glocks. There are some Desert Eagles here and the P250 for Hunter, but what can one really expect? Big flash, but they don't fire any guns. They don't give any information to FaZe. Let's not forget those lands of old where, you know, many years ago, in those smaller lands, throw a flashbang, look at your teammates, your opponent's faces. There's 3 in main.
Sick HE. That is beautiful. Rain is going to find a headshot on Hunter. And yeah, that is going to be it. I mean, days of old, flashes, all that. It did kind of take away from that LAN element, though. You know, that was kind of a... At least, what was it, like Blast? Where at least they were standing, you know, they were sitting face to face somewhat. Sure, they put screens up so you couldn't see during the game, but the players could still interact between rounds, and I thought that was cool. Cold popping off and everything, right? Do wish we could bring a bit of that Copenhagen Games feel back sometimes to the lands.
Apart from the spread of disease.
What? What do you mean?
Everyone gets sick.
What?
When they go to Copenhagen Games.
Oh, because they're weak.
Because they're weak.
Yeah.
Because they're inferior humans.
They are. I've never gotten sick. I've never gotten land. This land plague and all that. It's just like, oh yeah, maybe you would like exercise every now and again and like maybe just eat some food.
Stop rubbing your faces on the table surfaces.
It's like, get out of here.
Putting
I don't know, wash your
in your
hands
mouth.
every now and again.
Yeah.
I've shaken thousands of hands and I've never gotten sick at land.
Gotta respect this man's hygiene. Demands respect.
Indeed.
Well then, 12-6 in the second half game begins. We have the AWP in the hands of Brokey. Some shots fired top mid. No damage done just yet. We can see Carrigan moving into an aggressive position with an MP9. Cold Zero's in a few different spots where he could throw a pop flash. I have to hold on to it for now. He's only got that one flash.
But the patient play. Hoping to catch FaZe fishing for information as we approach the minute mark here. And G2 just gathered. This is going to be a 4 on A soon. FaZe, they've got the read. This will be utterly brutal for FaZe if they, or for G2, if they go on to this site where FaZe players are stacked up, ready for them. This is fixing to be a terrible situation for G2.
40 seconds on the clock. Bear in mind that Nico, okay, he's going to drop a big flash into the bomb site for his team. I thought it was mainly a lurk, but as a support. But look at Twist. We spoke about individual plays. Got a 2-man spray down. 30 seconds to plant this bomb as the trades continue. Now down to the 1v1. Carrigan making his way over. Maybe he gets a rifle upgrade. Indeed, he does. Molotov into the perfect spot in the jungle. That allows Nexa to go for that bomb plant. It's a default bomb plant, and there's a kit right in front of him. But Carrigan already has one. And he does emerge from the jungle position. Nexa being real careful now. You can stand on the box in connector and see over default, so you got to be real careful about where you stand. This time there's no clutch from Carrigan. Nexa makes it to 7. Still life in the old dog yet of G2.
Unreal. And that time, yeah, it's Nexa getting revenge for that last clutch from Carrigan. But man, how is it that you manage this? Nexa coming up with the goods, 2 kills, and then the clutch in the end. That was with 4 players ready and waiting on the A side for FaZe, and G2 blow through that defense and turn it into a 1v1. Not supposed to happen, and that may rattle FaZe just a little bit, because that is absolutely not supposed to happen. They should have been just completely annihilated, and Twist started off strong with his double. It all looked good. And so now, well, G2, they're going to get a breath of fresh air. FaZe had him in a full Nelson, and now, well, they managed to wiggle their way out of that one.
I love Hero AWP. It's all about Brokey. We've got a fact-finding mission. The probes are being sent out to clear the fog of war.
Ah, you see, he's got that Slate AK. He's got that black AK there, you know, with the stickers. There we go.
Yeah, you can do a lot with that.
It actually just absorbs
With
light.
the gloves as well, it does, doesn't it? Vanta Black, maybe.
Trippy. All right. Maybe I can get on board with that one, Bardolph.
Ooh, Nico. But where is Brokey's AWP? That is still to be identified, and maybe it's going to be... Oh, the timing. The timing. That's a great flick from Brokey, though. But there's no full commitment from G2. But I'm worried because there are 40 seconds on the clock. The bomb's top mid. We've got 2 players by connector. And of course, you take a shot with the AWP, you rotate it elsewhere. Now, where is this bomb headed? coldzera spotting a player in connector by the window. And he catches Hunter off guard with a re-peek. Out the window he goes, spots Nico top mid. And that's the bomb carrier. 24 seconds on the clock. Brokey jumping into action, but he gets utterly deleted. Twist can try to pick up the AWP, but he's denied by Nico's AWP. Scary stuff, but G2 are still alive, and they're on 8 now.
All over the place. But yeah, 2 rounds in a row now for G2. Round of Eco concludes for FaZe. They will have money for the buy, but it's not going to be good. It's not going to be a strong one. They're going to be very light on the nades. In fact, they are prioritizing firepower straight up, going for M4s. So very light on the grenades. Not a kit to be seen. This is cutthroat here from FaZe. They'll need to get it done very quickly here and just smash this push when it comes through from G2. And G2 electing to go for a group. Are they going to scrim their way through this? Are there going to be any smokes? Okay, smokes are going over. And yeah, just one single flash straight on through, pushing out. And Rain, he is at risk of getting his head taken off right here. There it is. Nexa and Jax working together in duo.
Riddled with bullets. You can see the molly by the bench, stop the CTs pushing through the smoke. Classic smokes, vintage smokes and vintage spray downs on Mirage, leaving Brokey and coldzera. Are you feeling nervous yet? Because this gap is being closed by G2.
They're looking very confident. And to be fair, they're looking a bit more confident than I thought they would without Malik on board, without their coach. I mean, it's worth mentioning that the coaches are not interacting the same way with the players here at RMR events as per the ruling. And so I think that, you know, Malik plays a pretty big role on G2. See him doing a lot of talking in the timeouts, etc. usually. But right now, this is just the 5 players on their own.
Yeah, maybe it's just
remarkable job
karaoke.
of rallying here in the second half. Very nice deny.
Hunter being the operative word. 3 rounds in a row for G2 in this second half, and FaZe's lead is thinning. They are as they started now in this half, just 3 rounds ahead. 12-6 was such a strong scoreline for FaZe, but we are in a very different situation now. Broke on the CT side. Brokers Pocus. We have a few P250s in this pistol round for FaZe. Not much to be offered, not even a Desert Eagle, but they do have numbers in mid. And we have to wonder about these flicks, if they're going to be here with the AWP. No, AWP gets dropped immediately. They can't afford a second loss here. Jack's down to the pistol, trying to fall back. There's surely no time to reload. Push is coming. Twist on the AWP now. It's going to go for the flick or land one, but it's a consolation frag as G2 prevail. Double figures for G2 now. They rescue the AWP as well. And FaZe are back on the bye.
I mean, I can drop one as well. It's really not going to put too much of a dent in their economy, losing the 2 players. Had they lost a third, that's when, you know, you start shaking your head. But getting into double digits now. G2, I like the aggression coming in from FaZe in the eco round. Just get it over with quick. See if you can do some damage. If you can't, it's fine. Focus on this upcoming round. Brokey now with that AWP once again in hand. And flash over mid, but again, G2. You can see the setup. Smoke going down may ruin things here, though. No, the flash. It's a beautiful pop flash. Rain can't see anything coming.
Yeah, and it's so important they both jump out either side of that smoke to make it as hard as possible to deal with. Twist now has to deliver. The bomb is dropped. He's bought a few precious seconds for his team to get into position. You can see Carrigan threatening to make a play on bench, but will he play off one of his teammates? Armanek down the stairs while Carrigan's hiding in plain sight. Carrigan could be real key here, and out he comes. No respect. And he's got information for his team now. They know where I think all the T's are. I think we heard a shot fired by Nico. So FaZe should know where G2 are roughly, which will make their lives harder for them. Armanek going for the default plant as the flashbang comes up. Nico he's not gonna see him in time. He swung already, but the bomb's planted just in time. Again, they know where Nico is, but it's up to FaZe to defuse this bomb. And Nico knows that one of them is in CT, but where is Brokey? Cold Zero showing presence. That smoke's maybe gone a bit too deep for him. And again, just running distraction as Brokey looks for an angle. Doesn't seem to be quite sure as to where Nico is. Avoids the flashbang, but can he find the shot? Indeed he can. Nico can't. And FaZe moves to 13.
Must-win round for FaZe, keeping their cool, saving the AWP as well. Double. Nice. Who's going to be able to pick that one up? I guess you can hand it over to Twist if you wanted to. Twist actually really stepping up in this second half. He is redeeming himself. Seems way more comfortable on the CT side than on the T side right now. Fitting into the system. And maybe it's Cold that's going to hold on to this AWP for FaZe. Interesting double op setup now, and so FaZe are going to be putting themselves in a winning position. It's all on G2. Pressure is mounting. They absolutely do not want FaZe getting up to 14 rounds. This is where you have to put a stop to it, G2. Oh, that's unfortunate. Timing is missed. I'm glad that they don't try to make that work, because Nico is posted up ready and waiting with a pot shot. That would not have gone well. But now we look at the crunch potential here from G2. Back in the mid. Yay! And Jax, well, as far as he's concerned, he is here to draw a little bit of attention to mid, make sure that FaZe keep playing this honestly. Kerrigan with the jump peaks. Not entirely sure what the plan is. I mean, right now G2 are just trying to show presence everywhere on the map. Really trying to sow confusion in the ranks for FaZe, not make it clear what they have in store, because that bomb is currently waiting over on the A side of the map. Whereas for now, they've been making a lot of noise mid, and they're going to show a presence here towards B. Oh, that's unfortunate for Cold that the molly spreads on him.
37 seconds on the clock. Everyone is alive. FaZe with some kind of read towards the A bomb side, excuse me. We could potentially see Carrigan emerge from short, which could have a part to play in this. And out comes the charge. Bells are being rung, but G2 are alive. Jack's dropped. They've got two CTs down, and the bomb's on the floor as well. Plays activating all over the shop. Jungle kills coming through, but that bomb has to get planted. It's in the hands of Nico, and the cavalry, the cover is being denied. Carrigan jumping over. Did he spot the player by bench? 7 seconds on the clock. Where's the bomb plant? I'm going to go for it. There are enough bullets, but there's not enough personnel. How on earth have G2 won that? Absolute anarchy on the A bomb site. 5 of the last 6 rounds now for G2. That one was really down to the wire. Scary stuff if you're a G2 fan.
And Rain is really struggling to come up with an impact over here on the A site. He gets caught again out in the open. He is really not coming up with the kills that are going to make things easier here for his team. Yeah, Jax, a little bit of gratefulness there for how that one panned out for him. And well, that's a good thing. But FaZe really struggling, and Rain really struggling right now to have an impact. And it's unfortunate, given his performance on Train, how strong he started in this series. Here on Mirage individually, it's a bit of a struggle for him, and he's playing a key role as being that first point of contact over towards A. If he keeps dying without at least trading 1-for-1, it is really making life difficult for his team. It puts his team in those weird situations. So now, well, G2 should be feeling pretty comfortable about things. This is another round of eco here from FaZe. They've got a couple of MAC-10s in it. Just chuck those MAC-10s onto the site. Let them clear the way, get the bomb planted, and we can look at the 26th round.
Window smoke is out. Flashes into the site, and Armek's going to blind himself, or somebody will. The MAC-10, though, will still be successful, but can he get more out of this, as we can see Brokey hiding in plain sight with this USP. Oh, he's really trying to play for something, but there's not really much for FaZe to glean from this round. They'll get no kills from it. One round between these squads now, but look at the momentum. We've got 6 from 7 rounds in favor of G2. And plenty of skulls there. They're winning by elimination. They are deleting Scorched Earth on Mirage. Do they continue with these 2 MAC-10s? If so, then their money's more or less together, but it will be an interesting prospect. Only 2 players lacking helmets for FaZe Clan, and it seems it may be a fast one, maybe because of these MAC-10s towards this A bomb site. Will they burst through the smoke? We can see that there is some semblance of a crossfire for FaZe Clan in the A bomb site. We can see G2 quietly moving away from Palace now. So that was their plan A. What is their plan B?
Plan B is looking like a hidden B site. And I don't mean here in Los Angeles. They are definitely still over in Europe, don't worry. But they have left the man in mid, and that is Hunter, who's still currently occupying the bench area, listening primarily for information right now. Can he hear any rotations from FaZe? Is anybody going to be make a mistake and give him an audio cue to play off of? Because with 50 seconds on the clock, FaZe are still a little bit in the dark as to what G2 are trying to do here. Smoke and window isn't going to help.
40 seconds on the clock. All these rounds going down to the wire. These kills have got to go your way. A pop flash and a swing, but coldzera avoids all of it, and he holds the position. The B split is denied, and that means the bomb has to rotate into the apartments, and they're still being denied. FaZe Clan, G2 rather. Carrigan, first one to drop on the B bomb site. FaZe looking to hold now. Bomb still on the way. Nexa has got to plant this bomb on Nico holds, but there are so many targets here. FaZe not making it easy. Look at the swing from Brokey and co. And then there was Nexa, 6 seconds to plant the bomb, and there's fire ahead of him. Maybe a question of damage. Can't see the targets until it's too late. FaZe move 1 away.
They are now 2 rounds away from extending this to a 3rd map to going the distance on Inferno, and you know that they're going to be pumped up now. This is where that land advantage has to really come to the fore. They can give each other high fives, and they can get each other riled up, as this is nice. Again, a perfect position, a perfect read from coldzera on the situation. What was coming? And I'm wondering if that is the angle of the smoke grenade they got thrown, if that's what gave it away, because he was watching window when that smoke went down, and you can tell roughly where that smoke's getting thrown from based on how it lands in the window. Ooh. If that's enough of a tell for him to realize what is happening at that point in the round.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable. Dude, Rain, I'm sorry, bud. I cursed you. He has yet to get a kill in I don't know how many rounds now.
Oh my god, Brokey is in such an awkward position, but he has some help, or had some help. Twist is now history. Brokey still alive, so close, but not quite. This could be a colossal round for G2. FaZe getting deleted. Suddenly things speed up. So many late rounds. It's still over a minute on the clock, and there are 4 players alive on the server, or maybe 3.5, 2.5. Hunter and Nico so low. This is still clutchable by gold, especially as they cross. I wonder if there was a question mark on the radar there as the CT crossed past that smoke. The timing was so close. I think that may be what caused the spray through the smoke at the beginning. And coldzera is headed away. Unfortunate situation for him. Again, Hunter and Nico combined 22 HP. Simply holding the cross to the site could have been very fruitful, but it seems there will be some kind of fact-finding mission. Next to the high health player is going to run straight into... Oh, he'd think he fired a bullet. That's all the information. Oh my god. So many things potentially happening, but it is going the way of G2. coldzera, I don't think... Or does he realize? Oh my god. He's going to save. He doesn't know how low they are. There are like 50 different possibilities there, but it's the worst one for FaZe Clan.
Absolutely disaster. When they rewatch the demo on this, is that going to be painful or what?
G2 are surely going to dispose of one of these snipers. It makes sense for them to hold him now, since they're low health, just in case Cold goes for it. But 2 T side could be weird. G2 moved to 13, and the money for FaZe Clan kind of sucks.
Yeah, this is all disaster now at this point as far as FaZe are concerned. Letting G2 get within striking distance of tying it up. Back-to-back 30 rounds here possible. And there it is. Timeout getting called by FaZe. And we do have maybe just enough money. Dude, Rain cannot catch a break right now. It's actually ridiculous. Every single round he is dying. No matter where he happens to be standing on that A site, he is getting shot. He cannot seem to get it right now. That is such a frustrating situation because it's just, I mean, FaZe are perpetually playing down a man. And I mean, struggle as they might, G2 on this map, that is still an advantage that a pro team is going to have trouble squandering. They are going to definitely get something done there. And so now it is going to be a situation where FaZe, what can they do? They've got the rifles. They're going to be able to just barely squeak out a buy. MP9 on Kerrigan, just trying to save the money so he can afford a couple of grenades to work with.
Huge round. So much on the line here. Nobody wants to be sent to the bin of the losers bracket. FaZe Clan fighting for a third map here. In goes the MAC-10, and Cold is going to hold on for the time being. Traded by Nexa though, but G2 are mostly still on the high ground. Awkward fight for Kerrigan, falling back to join his teammates to try and defend from the other side of the smoke. Hunter with a great jump. We'll explain that one later. Looking for more now as Kerrigan looks to Pepper. Running out of bullets, so the Shadow is spotted, and Hunter will swat him. Slight man advantage, only for a brief time though. Nexa still up top with the bomb, waiting for the flank from Jax, which comes in just in time. Now Twist has all the information, and there's Nexa spotted. Down to 16 HP, but he's still alive, and the score is tied.
14-14, and FaZe taking the fights. FaZe going bold there, but just not winning any of the duels. Nexa, as you can see, getting the flank on one, and Hunter.
See that jump? One edge of the barrel is not on even ground, but one edge you can basically crouch jump on it and basically be accurate immediately. So you can use that for a peek into the apartments or there as well. So that's definitely something to learn for those of you at home. He's ready to engage immediately. If he goes for just a basic bitch jump, he gets wrecked there. But he went for the fast jump, essentially, the fast crouch jump. So
would expect that from a pro.
Know your angles. Get your protractor out.
How is that an angle though?
Well, there's an angle on the barrel.
Oh, okay, that's it, right?
You have to go on a certain side because the floor is uneven, so therefore there is an angle similar.
So you have to jump. You have to know your jump mechanics.
Yeah. So you'd want to probably crouch jump and hold right for the angle he's holding there to land correctly, and then boom, off to the races.
You got a perfect, well, as we saw there, a perfect shot that opens it up.
Exactly. And FaZe now are up the creek. They're in trouble. They are in a lot of trouble. There's 14 apiece. They are in a position to concede match point to G2, and there's not much they can do about it unless they want to ruin their economy. Unless they put all their money on AMC. It would be a big gamble. They will play the more conservative position and have one more buy in the next round, but this is a dangerous one. We've got the 4 Desert Eagles and a P250 on Brokey, and there's plenty of Kevlar. They can absorb a few bullets. They can avoid the aim punch and try to do something. Can't avoid that headshot from Jax though. And you can see G2 simply abusing the numbers. We've seen a few B splits attempted, and this will be another one which will probably be successful. Brokey with the honest P250, best gun in the game, but won't be enough on this occasion. Match point G2.
And this is off of the back of a big save coming in here from FaZe. They are going to be able to get that AWP on Brokey once again. And at least Rain has managed to pick up a couple of kills here, but this is it. And you are staring at a double elimination bracket. Fair enough, you're going to go down into the lower bracket, but if you lose there, that's it, you're done. You get nothing. And the points are absolutely crucial going forward. You're not going to get many of these RMR events to play off of in order to qualify for the World Championship, the major happening later this year in Stockholm. And so, you know, you're talking 2 massive brands, massive teams going at it in the first round, and one of them is going to go down to a lower bracket here, barring some kind of massive play. And so FaZe now, what is it? It's going to be the double AWP once again. Kerrigan going for the second op this time instead of Cold Zera. And of course, G2 on the other side, fully equipped and ready to go. This is a painful situation for FaZe going into this one. They don't even have enough money to afford a kit. It's just nades, having to prioritize nades. No, okay, Kerrigan's got a kit. Kerrigan's got one, but...
So I expect he'll be in position towards the B bomb site and they'll focus on A, but there are players in the apartments and Nico's already posted up. There is a gap angle that you can hold with the AWP as well. That's exactly the same jump. He'll be holding back. Same thing we saw from Hunter, where you get up quickly so you're ready to take a shot immediately. And Nico will be repositioning as presence is shown by G2. Still, we have coldzera holding the short position very passively, not even in the ladder room. And Kerrigan with an off angle in apartments. He may get more aggressive later, especially as presence is shown in mid from G2. Look at FaZe on ramp. I don't know if any of this has been heard by Nexa in Palace, but we can see that Rain is all the way down ramp. And look at these numbers going through connector. They were lining up for Brokey. That could have been 2. Back to the well he goes, and down goes Jax. Twist now, and CT could also deliver. And this might just be overtime. 5 versus 3, and it's surely going to get worse for Jisoo here. They are surrounded by the FaZe Clan forces. No bomb plant just yet, so many players to find, and it's Nico in a 1 versus 5, finds the flank, but there's so much more to do. He's walking into a sandwich as well. How does he make a play up connector without dealing with short? Well, this is one way to do it, straight into the window. Suggesting he's dropped into mid once again. Really trying to do what he can, but he's got 24 seconds to find 4 players.
Just they don't need a peek. Literally do not peek. Do not move. Just stay put.
There we go.
Cold will catch him. Just too many angles to worry about there for Nico.
It is not over yet. We head to overtime. And I was thinking, worst case here, FaZe Clan lose both maps 14-16. It would be classic FaZe Clan way to lose a series, but they've given themselves a fighting chance.
Well, I'm glad to see it. And we saw what really came through there, it felt like, is a change of positioning for both of them. As Brokey was able to take a pot shot from ramp, fair enough, but you had Twists in CT, and Twist was also laying on the pain, doing the damage. And so Rain not being in position on the A side actually significantly helped FaZe by the looks of things, because they got the kills. Rather than losing that man immediately, they got the kills, and that made all the difference now. As FaZe, it is tied up 15-15. Hunter taking point in mid. It's still G2 on the T side. They're not going to change sides until the half here of this first round of overtime. And we're looking for the team first to 19.
That's a whiff from Kerrigan. A leg that can be followed up upon. He's got the CZ out. Oh my god, how high is his sends? Stereo frags for G2 on the B bomb site. Twist trying to do what he can. Again, he needs a multi-frag. Trying to do it, trying to buy time for his team. He's got to stay alive, but he's unable to do so. Running out of bullets, running out of health, but Rain is here and he's creeping. Next up, just showing a little too much. And Nico's still up top with the AWP, but where is Hunter? Rain's in the clutch, 1 versus 3 made 2, but from the back comes Hunter. Where could Rain be? Gives himself some cover. Look at the positioning from Rain. This is unbelievable. This is why he has always been on FaZe Clan. And now it's him versus Hunter. He continues to rotate. Absolutely beautiful from Rain. The first overtime round goes the way of FaZe.
And there you go. That is the money right there. That is Rain on his own, not having to worry about the rest of his team. He can just focus on playing his game, and he is so cool in the clutch. If he doesn't die first, you want him to be alive last. He rarely screws up situations like that. You can tell he was just so far ahead. coldzera doing a bit of talking right now. Keeping on top of it.
Premium play from Rain. That was exquisite.
Well, no, I mean, as far as G2 are concerned, they ran that drive that did not pan out for him in the end. Jackson a bit of pre-fire, hoping to find a target pushing aggro. Not going to be the case. FaZe instead content to hold back. We will not get a second AWP in play for FaZe this time either. Kerrigan kind of used that strategy once. Fine, it's a throwaway. Get rid of it.
Chunks.
Yeah, Aminek taking some damage there from that HE.
We have a number of insurgents on a ramp. The bomb is in tow. Hunter and Jackson mid. A split of the A bomb site is intimated, but Rain has other ideas. Still alive for now. Probably expecting a Molotov to come his way. Twist keeping an eye on things. Not sure if he can hear any of that, but he will get deleted either way. Rain has got a lot of trouble coming his way, and down he goes. G2 coming back with a vengeance. Labour spray from Kerrigan, but he keeps it competitive. Bombs on the floor, collected by Jax. We've got Carrigan now making his way towards CT. Nico's already scoped in. A great flick from him. Now it's Cold's turn to clutch. Needs a second and third kill in this round. And again, we can see Jax crouching to the fireboxes. Oh my god, he's found the gap, and Cold will get tapped. 16 apiece.
Such a nasty one. You got to give credit to Nico, though. 27 kills so far this map. 30 kills for Nexa. Nexa really coming into his own here on this map. Crucial performance from him. He is making the difference. We saw the same thing from him on Train as well, the first map of this series that went the distance with 30 rounds played. Here we actually made it to overtime, but Nexa is not disappointing. So him and Nico going toe-to-toe right now, trying to take the lead in terms of kills, but we're tied up 16-16. Here's Kerrigan with the aggro. Nico with the trade, though, instant. Nice punish, finally, making some adjustments to take advantage of that run boost.
Gratuitous violence in mid. Cold now, more interested in the apartment. Seen a lot of AWPs here, but he will be rolling with the silenced M4. Got to be real careful about his barrel placement, not wanting to concede his position. Can be nice to put a Molotov on the end of the balcony to force any players here from them. Oh, that's awkward. It's going to hit his teammate. Think it was for the van anyway, and here is Cole looking for a second kill, and he will deliver it. Maybe time to reload, maybe not, because the barbecue will spread to the feet of Cold, and down he goes. Still a man advantage for FaZe Clan as they rotate towards the B bomb site. That's the bomb spotted in the hands of Nexa. Nico's here as well. FaZe have complete information, but where is the third FaZe player? That's a question for G2 to answer. Just shy of a minute on the clock for them to deliver something, G2. Nico holding for a flank again. They don't know where that third player is. Nexa looking to create some space with a smoke towards the door. Having a look around now, trying to figure out what is ahead of them. That's their last grenade on G2, and the clock is ticking. They've got to find some kills before they plant this bomb. That much is true, but there goes Nexa leaving Nico in a 1 versus 3. He's found Twist. Can he find any more? I don't think so. Here comes the swing as he fakes the plant. And the last round of the first half will go the way of FaZe.
No way for him to know that somebody was holding close like that. The post-plant position comes down to the details. It comes down to the communication. And while sometimes it comes down to luck, just not knowing that somebody was holding close is going to cost Nico. And so countdown begins as we switch sides. And FaZe in the lead. 2 rounds off of extending this to a third map. And yeah, that is just so fortunate, the timing for Nico to trade there. What's insane is Brokey hits that shot after holding that angle for like 20 seconds. You know, you got a split second, you got to stay sharp the entire time.
Yeah, it's a solid frag from Brokey. Oh, Armanet back with the AWP. Seen some great shots from him today as well. We can add that one to the tally. G2 looking to equalize early here in overtime. Brokey's hunting as well. Again, Nexa with his trajectory. The apex of his jump behind Toll Booth. He's got to be careful now. Nico deleted by Carrigan. Carrigan with some heavy output today. 23 kills now. Cold Zero, though, leading with 28 on the FaZe Clan side. 31 for Nexa, who's still alive and could have more impact in this round. 1 minute on the clock as it goes quiet. Noise is cut. And FaZe look to creep around the A-bomb site. But G2 might not wait for them. Flash asks questions, but hold on a second. The bomb seems to be just checking if there's any flank coming. I was wondering if it was a rotation. Carrigan in CT spawn, spotted by Hunter. Everybody wondering. The spatial awareness is off the charts here. 40 seconds now. Twist deleted in connector. 4 versus 2 for G2. Make it 3. Is there still a chance here for FaZe Clan? With 30 seconds on the clock, maybe. But there are 2 players in CT. If they kill one, never mind. Down goes the bomb. Cold now in so much trouble. And the score is tied.
That was Hunter's round, 100%. Sees the flank coming with 3 players on CT. If that guy gets in behind them, they're screwed. But manages to turn around, manages to spot out Kerrigan, and gets the kill. This is after the aggression here from Amanek as well. Good of you to point out just how effective Amanek has been here in this half. It seems so even in terms of performance from G2. You really got Nexa up there. I mean, he's dropping 33, Nico with 29, but then the rest of the team are right behind him. And so The firepower is here for G2, and they're showing some true resilience, tying it up 17-17. Again, Kerrigan up mid, and there's Nico getting revenge for all of the aggression earlier.
It seems G2 might be ready. Okay, again, from plan A to plan B for FaZe Clan. It looks like they were looking to explode on the A bomb site, but there weren't that many people in mid. It was just Nico, and I think maybe not seeing too many players in mid, perhaps why they shut things down. Maybe it was because of the molly, who knows. But FaZe are a man down. G2 threatening match point again. And once more, noise is cut. FaZe go quiet. This should spread G2 across the map, maybe weaken things towards A. And indeed, we can see Nexa heading towards jungle at the very least. So we've got Armanek holding things down towards A. Let's not forget, a normal time, he had to save so many times from this position. But with the man advantage, maybe things will be different now. The execute from FaZe is here. There are fires, there's flames all over the shop. No more flashbangs for FaZe now. They've taken position, the smokes are up, the bomb's going to be planted. But what's the post-plant going to look like? Going for that inverse default plant. Oh, that's a beautiful Molotov. Won't stop the bomb from being planted, though. Down goes Armanek and CT. Difficulty continues, but they still have a man advantage as Rain gets popped by Nico. Hunter now with the AWP. 2-minute jungle, Brokey. It's so awkward for him. Not many places for him to stand. coldzera stuck in Palace now. He's got to do so much from here. He has to overperform. He's alone now. 1 versus 3. Smokes are up and the trade is instant. G2 head to match point again.
Dude, he hits that shot though, man. Cold is such a machine. And this is going to be very frustrating for Cold because he's been struggling individually for so long now with the roster changes on FaZe and, well, obviously him having to shift away from the IGL role. I mean, he's showing that he is just still an absolute monster. He has made the adjustments necessary and he is performing. But there we go. Some hype from Amanek. They know what's up and they are going to be fired up now. This is their time, G2, to get the job done. Last time out getting called here by FaZe. And that looked all so good for FaZe as well. If maybe they just have one more flash. But you saw how difficult it was for Amanek with the AWP positionally. I mean, just flash after flash after flash going into CT, forcing him off the angle. So FaZe did everything they could to set themselves up for success in that round. And when it came down to it, they just were not able to get the kills. And Rain, once again, really struggling here individually in these duels to come up with the goods for his team.
Well, there's at least one more crack at the whip for FaZe Clan. They are up against it once more. I like the pop of the second window there. It gives options for later on without revealing too much. Well then, very nervous affair. G2 don't want more rounds. FaZe Clan certainly do. You can see there are 2 players for FaZe Clan towards the A bomb site at present, which often gives you an indication of where this round is going to end up. But they've fallen back before. Bomb's been collected now. And let's see if it is going to be an A play. Brokey lining up a maybe a jungle smoke here. And here comes the aggression from G2, and will the Tech-9 be enough if they make a play down the ramp? We have seen very aggressive plays from FaZe, especially all the way down the ramp. Seen Rain there previously. 50 seconds on the clock. We've got the MIBR YouTube set up with the AWP, but no rifle support. And indeed, we've got the stairs and jungle smokes up. Flashbang over as well, but what is the ultimate play here? Because we've got some presence offering a fake towards the B bomb site. Will that pull rotation? Indeed it will, actually, especially with Armanek not seeing anything. He's made a play down ramp and hasn't seen anything in Palace. Nex is alone now. He is alone towards the A bomb site. There'll be a meeting of the minds here in T-Spawn. Armanek misses his shot. Kerrigan cannot punish him, though. It's 15 seconds to plant this bomb. It's really going down to the wire here. The bomb is planted. Man advantage for G2. Brokey desperately looking for something. Unscopes. Maybe he should have held that angle. I think he's looking to avoid a flashbang, but it will be a 2-man swing. Misses the flick, and now they're really up against it. FaZe. Armanek patient, but he can't take out coldzera. 3 versus 2. Orb collected by the Brazilian. Lining up towards CT. There are 2 players, one either side. Twist delivering as well. And maybe we will go to a second overtime. It's really turning around for FaZe Clan. Nico, 1 versus 2. He's got a kit, he's got no grenades and no hope. Second overtime coming our way.
The Terminator is relentless, Bardolph. The Terminator will not let go. He had to keep it going. Cold Zero, what a hero. 34 kills at the end of that half of overtime, and he made all the difference. He is the reason why they are still in this fight. Kerrigan not able to get that kill. And well, it all kind of falls apart from there. But this is it. Cold with the decision to go for the AWP as well. That was the final kill, but Cold, man, that is absolutely crazy that he manages to pull that off. And FaZe, it looked so good for G2 going into that retake, but they didn't miss the shots this time, FaZe. They kept their cool, and they managed to extend it. And so now Nico, once again, looking for some aggression in mid here. Quite a few shots going through that smoke, though. Rain already peppered.
Kerrigan has got places to be. He's got appointments to make, or to keep, rather. Maybe he's got appointments to make as well if they can win this and move up in the bracket. But Nico got enough sound cues, and he's just got the Bobby Big Brain to get that spray through the smoke.
Not pulling a fast one on Nico like that, yeah.
G2 being proactive as well. They're not going to sit on that 1-0 lead here, if you will.
To be fair, they were very proactive, G2, in dealing with Kerrigan and regulation as well. On the T side, Kerrigan kept going window, and G2 were just rarely, if ever, getting caught by that. They were definitely aware that Kerrigan wants to get into that part of the map to get the maximum amount of information and to facilitate the rotations.
And Jax is on a segue rolling through the apartments, and Twist is aware of what they don't have eyes on, but he's still going to get punished. Very unfortunate for him, and that's going to spur on FaZe Clan towards this A bomb site where they are expected. The carpet is out, but it's full of nails, and G2 will punish their steps. Brokey and Rain remaining in this first round of the second overtime, and they will be dealt with.
What would be worse, nails or Legos?
Legos.
Yeah.
Legos, 100%.
100%.
I know where I am with nails, but Legos, no. That's sheer terror.
Kerrigan just got done rolling in one. Carpet of Legos. Nightmare fuel.
Man, they are really neck and neck, these two teams. You can see why it was so difficult for me to pick a winner between these two squads.
Tell me about it. I'm over here just looking at my points. It's a little tense. Little tense. Nice attempt there, but Kerrigan going to be able to dodge. Getting chased away. The HE is going to get rid of him. Very nice damage done here by G2, making good adjustments to FaZe Clan's game plan here, trying to take over that mid. And G2 just not letting them. So now it's a question of whether or not FaZe can commit fully to this B site. G2 seem to be ready for it, though. They've got 3 guys on B ready to go. If FaZe come through here, it's going to get so nasty for FaZe.
Brokey has an angle with the AWP. That will tell him something, but I would imagine we'll see a smoke into the molly, maybe? And then what do they do? FaZe will need a plan C if that gets smoked. Jack's very, very deep indeed. Brokey, I think a pop flash is coming, maybe. There it is, and Jax is going to be facing the wall. Told off by the teacher and punished to the max. In come FaZe, looking to tie the score once again. Armanek on a fast flank. Can they identify that from the sound? They got to worry about Hunter in the meantime. The multi-frag is here. The bomb's on the floor, and so are most of FaZe Clan. 2-on-2 now. 38 seconds. Brokey on the site looking for another victim, and he'll find one. A headshot straight for Nico. Nexo with a lot to do, but he can't do it. 19 apiece.
Dude, it's so quick when it comes. It's like the push onto B site from the flash. That was really nicely done. Jax just full flashed. And it seemed like G2 were just so committed to holding the B site, and then they elected to just leave Jax behind and gamble on A instead, rotating both of those players off. And then it just turns into DM. Who's going to peek into which angle and who's going to come out ahead? And in the end, it's going to be a 19-19 situation here. And again, yep, we have a victory at 22.
Oh, they've got that aggressive apartment smoke, if I'm not mistaken, towards B, but Brokey's already through that one. No respect. Kerrigan's flash off his angle. Brokey gets his bell rung, and indeed that you can see that on the radar. That CT smoke from spawn, and FaZe will be forced back. Everybody's alive for now, but Brokey's kind of crawling, but with an AWP you can do that. Don't need all the health in the world, just need to avoid a few grenades here and there. Nico still has a HE. We'll see if that plays a part in the meantime. So after the apps push from G2 in the previous round, now they've got a post up in the Palace. Cold Zero, though. He's good, man. If you see him, you better kill him. Otherwise, he's going to smoke you like a kipper.
Tied now for top fragging on the server with Nico, 35 each. Dude, Cold versus Nico, and they're both hitting shots. That's what it's all about between these two players, the history here.
Ooh. Rain has definitely seen Armanic, but I don't know if he realizes that there is an AWP. Inviting him to have a look. Fantastic. Rain delivers again. Very simple, very effective. 28 seconds. Nico surely doesn't get it. Oh, he's completely whiffed. Doesn't even get the first kill. They needed something. 2 versus 5. Hunter needs the round of his life, and he might just get it. 18 seconds. Oh my God, Hunter, you can't be serious. Trying to put a molly on the bomb, but I think it's been collected by Brokey. 9 HP. He's made this winnable. He could even spray him through the smoke. Jax on the way. What an overperformance from Hunter, but will it pay off? Can Jax clutch this? He has a kit, he has a molly. The molly could be enough if he has the right read. Brokey with the AWP starting to creep. Has no idea where Jax is coming from. No sound cues just yet. Maybe a case of timing. He knows Jax has to go for this. It's overtime. There's plenty of money. Jax now is up close, and that bomb is so far ticked that it might be too late. Brokey just hiding behind Toll Booth. Nobody's there. Going for the wildest look of all time, but I think he's won the round already.
It's looking like it, isn't it? Not going to happen. The second off. Impeccable stuff from Brokey, the young gun, keeping his cool and coming through in the clutch for his team. It's not all Rain that has to do the heavy lifting in the clutch situations. Brokey showing that he can hold his own as well. Fantastic work and a frustrating turn of events there for G2, especially for Hunter. You were right to call it, man. That was such a sick overperformance from Hunter, holding from Shadow and just nuking him. Perfect lineup, and then to catch this frag here, that is just a thing of beauty. And so, unfortunately, there for G2, it does not go their way. And now FaZe are 2 rounds off of extending this to a third map, of taking us to Inferno. And that is certainly something that G2 want to avoid.
With all this action, I forgot that there could be another map.
Yeah, could be a third map coming up after this one. We've got Inferno in the works between these two teams, and these two teams are just so evenly matched right now. It's actually bonkers. I mean, this is actually what you really want to see from FaZe. You've got Colds just smashing everybody on the team right now. Rain may not have as many frags, but he had the one crucial clutch that had kept FaZe in the game, coming up with the goods when his team needed it. Oh, this aggression, though. Not going to get it. Not going to get anything from it. It's going to force that smoke to get used.
There are 2 CT smokes in B-apps now. This is a real focus to stop some shenanigans in that direction. Now, there were 2 players towards A for G2. Sans the bomb. Nico just edging it forwards towards the entrance to the B apartments as we head towards the 45-second mark. Hunter with a smoke towards connector. See how important this is for the T's. It's denial of information. This means there could be a T in connector. It could be a split of the A bomb site. There's lots for FaZe to worry about. It's a very powerful smoke. Map control is important. I want to say that goes towards jungle. Nexa lurking in Palace now, who could try and offer a fake. Flashbang was there for him. He'll have to do another one himself. So while he runs distraction, tries to pull players towards the A bomb site, here comes the push towards B. But Carrigan, he knows his angles. 13 seconds for this bomb to get planted. And first they've got to find the kills. Carrigan finally dealt with. FaZe now, the remainder of them in the market. And the bomb could be planted.
And he gets passed out of the apartments as well, Nico. So now he actually has room to maneuver with. Stacked up on this site now, Cold Zero. Zeroing in. No way does Nico get that kill. And Jax gets the follow-up as well. Disaster. Rain tries to trade the kill. Doesn't work. That's a problem. The strong start, I mean, sure, it's 16,000 starting money, so they're not going to be hurting for cash FaZe on this CT side. Had it been 10,000, obviously that would have been a different story. But the fact that that clutch goes the G2 way, making up for the last one, this was after Kerrigan doing some good work here.
Yep, he knows the sweaty angles around the bench. But again, G2, denial of information, suggesting a split of the A bomb site. FaZe just didn't have enough info there. Didn't have enough frags on the B bomb site. Almost a kill. Seen many fast, aggressive plays from both these teams up short, looking towards Connector. And there's trouble on the A bomb site. Rain deleted again. 5-on-3 now as G2 try to abuse the numbers. Twist being real careful not to get traded there. And Broky's here to take out the ramp player Nexa. Suddenly it's a 3-on-3. Minute 20. Nico still on the way. A 2 AWP push from G2 now. Bomb given to Nico as Armanek heads elsewhere. What is the plan here exactly, I wonder?
Cross your fingers and hope as these smokes clear that somebody peeks for information. With a minute on the clock now, G2 are just kind of hoping that they are going to be able to hold these angles and find some success. You can see Hunter, yeah, posted up in Palace. And what is this? Was Nico worried? Is he going to set up a flash for Hunter to swing wide? Looks like it. So flash onto the A side. Hunter not even going to swing, but just still trying to bait some kind of reaction here over towards the A side of things. Kerrigan, in the meantime, has worked his way out from B. And, oh no, Amanek, is he going to be close enough to hear these footsteps? I don't think so. There's going to be a perfect flank coming in here from Kerrigan in a moment. Amanek, though, getting the flank of his own. Two big kills.
That is absolutely beautiful, but where does the bomb get planted? Because Kerrigan's creeping. There's nobody to cover CT, so Nico's probably going to plant it on the other side, it looks like. And that's going to allow Kerrigan, if he actually goes for this. Oh, Nico, 16 seconds, delays as long as possible. Absolutely brutal, but maybe there's time. That smoke actually gives a chance for Armanek to plant the bomb if he goes towards default. What does Kerrigan do now? Indeed, there's a default plant. Armanek is able to do it. He created space for the plant now, Kerrigan. He's got to clutch this one out. He's got a shadow advantage to the left, but Armanek with the tight shot. And the round goes to G2. Could see the exhale there.
The hint of a grin as well.
And
there's some relief there. Oh, man.
it's another match point for G2. Can they convert this one, or will FaZe deliver again with their backs to the wall?
How many times are we going to be in this situation? FaZe just barely holding off defeat. And G2 now, well, more of the same. We're going to get that molly. Oh, Brokey, an imperfect smoke allows him to have a little bit of an angle to work with. But he won't hang around to take advantage of it. Instead, hoping perhaps that somebody's going to try and push on through. Not going to be the case. Hunter clearing out lower. We're going to get that mid control step by step here from G2. Not rushing things in this round. Not going to throw chance to the wind. Instead, just taking their time, getting map control. They still have plenty of utility to work with to get onto that bomb site. Question is, where does this bomb go? Do we wind up on B? Is that where this goes? It looks like it.
Less of a split this time, from what we can see at present. Jungle smoke. I knew that one once upon a time. Again, we reached that 45-second mark. And indeed, it is the A with smokes, jungle smoke. Armanek now with the footsteps, but Kerrigan, he's done a lot of damage, at least in Coldzera will follow up and then some. FaZe are not done just yet. Maybe this game will never end. Nico with 8 HP now. Coldzera just needed to stay alive there to allow the rotation, and maybe he's done enough. They've got 2 players in market already. 24 seconds. This could still be clutched by G2. They've got a bomb plot now. Nico with an AWP. Looking for the quick scopes. Doesn't want to concede his position with a right click. And Twist is lurking. Let's not forget that. He's coming up on short. Down goes Hunter. He's completely missed, and we're still here. 21 apiece. There's more Counter-Strike to come on Mirage.
Unbelievable. If he has an M4 or an AK in that situation, I think it's a totally different one there for Nico. The fact that he misses that shot, though, that is unreal. So frustrating for Nico there. But, I mean, the fact that these teams are so evenly matched, this is exactly what we were hoping for in this matchup. FaZe showing that they can go toe-to-toe with one of the best in the world right now. They are finally making the progress that we've all been waiting for.
I have lost count of the number of match points that G2 have had.
Yeah.
But
let it get away
in terms of game points, match points, they've had the lion's share. Maybe all of them. I want to say all of them, but I'm not 100% sure. But
oh no, they messed up their smoke. So that's a window smoke. No window smoke in mid right now. We'll see if that reads into the situation or not for G2. Interesting, though. Look at this. We have not seen this strategy yet used by G2.
Fast burst. is on the rampage. Oh, Twist, he's going to be good for 2. Spots the bomb. The rotation can begin, and they've got to rescue the bomb in the meantime. Oh, that's another missed grenade, and it may concede his position. Nico with a no-scope. But it's still a hairy spot for G2. Needs to rescue the bomb. Oh my god, Nico, you cannot be serious. He's ready for CT as well, or is he? Tags and frag, down he goes. Carrigan now versus Nexer and Hunter. That bomb is still at Palace, still to be rescued. He will reset his position. Hunter was going on a bit of a hike, but he's heading back towards the A-bomb site. Situation will be reset. Carrigan's actually going well beyond, maybe not realizing that the bomb was still to be collected, up in a very awkward position as well. And that smoke grenade will be a clue, and he'll make his way towards T-spawn. And maybe he's got some extra seconds, because how did he plant this bomb, G2? Oh my god. He's got his gun out. We've got knives out on the other side. He's got to start walking soon. Hunter's surely heard him. The shadow just gives him a clue. The knife is out, and Nexa will get the last kill in T-spawn.
That was the appropriate reaction, Bartolf. When he runs back like that. Unbelievable. That is so crazy. And let's get it again. Oh, no. Well, I mean, I can look at Rain all day. That's fine. That's fair. But,
got a great forehead.
Dude. That is so crazy that both of them peel back right as Kerrigan comes around the corner. More excitement here. And I like the change of pace from G2 and just insane individual performance from Nico to make that, well, to save that round. I mean, that round has got to be done at that point. But somehow, some way, G2 find out, and now they're out onto the A side again. Very quick change of pace. They are accelerating here, G2, really trying to ramp up the pressure on FaZe.
Yeah, Brokey has been absolutely denied every angle, every opportunity with the AWP, but they're still alive. It's a 5-on-5 retake for FaZe. And they have smokes. They can smoke off some of the choke points. We've still got Molotovs coming in. Palace could be dealt with. Ramp could potentially be smoked as well if they have the angles for them. But with 5 players alive for G2 as well, that may not be easy. The flashbangs continue. Just a Molotov left for G2 now. 2 flashes, 2 smokes for FaZe Clan. Nexa going for the flank. All these players are alive. That bomb is ticking pretty damn fast though. FaZe really need to move forward with this. They need somebody on the bomb in the next 5 seconds, really and truly. And I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be, oh, hold on a second. Can they find you? No, surely not like this. It's going to be stolen. How on earth has coldzera, the only man standing, managed to get a smoke defuse?
This actually has it all, Bartolf. This map has it all now at this point. We're seeing crazy clutches. We're seeing smoke diffuses. Might as well be a ninja at that point, not even realizing it.
That was literally daylight robbery.
Look at this. The angle as well. The fact that he gets in here. And I think it's just at the tail end of the shots, and so they didn't hear him get on the bomb immediately. They only realized that it was a risk later. Otherwise, I think they're all shooting at that smoke, just hoping to catch him.
That's like a 5% round. They were so late on that retake attempt on just getting close to the bomb. But here we are, 22 apiece.
It's the true roller coaster between these two teams right now. I don't know how you handle this kind of stress as a player. Just every round delivers. And while G2 now, okay, they've run a couple of set strats, you know, some quick plays onto A. Now we're back to map control. We're back to defaults here, okay? They need to kind of pump the brakes for a second and take a breather. So spread out, get control of mid. And now it's looking like we're going to peel back over towards this A site. I mean, they've been successful in getting the bomb planted over here on A. So it's looking like that's where they want to wind up. Can they get the last round of this first half of this third round of overtime? There we go. We got there eventually.
All the rounds. Round 45. FaZe are committed on this A-bomb site. Have a look at the positions on the radar. We got Sandwich. We got Rain in that very difficult spot in the shadow as well. Brokey playing AWP from the site. And here comes the charge. But it's 2 G2 plays down. Make it 3. 3 haircuts on the A-bomb site. But the barber's pretty bad. Nexer and Hunter remain. Now it's a 2 versus 2. 30 seconds on the clock. They've got the bomb. The Carrigan still towards short, so there is opportunity. Back and forth we go.
Can they give it across this open ground? They don't have any smokes to work with. They have to do it the dirty way, and that's just not going to be good enough. Bomb dropped on the stairs. Hunter fully blind, caught on the ladder of doom, and coldzera collects the last kill. There it is, 23-22 at the end of the half. Hey, we're going to be flipping it. 41, coldzera's taking the lead over Nico on the scoreboard Every time Nico opens that scoreboard, he's going to be seeing that right now. Do you think that's going to fire him up?
Yeah, it's a race to the top.
A little bit of rivalry between those two, maybe. A little bit of once upon a time they were friends.
Sure, they will be afterwards. Well then, Train 16-14 in favor of G2. Mirage currently 23-22 in favor of FaZe, and Brokey will find an opening kill. Maybe they can go one better.
Oof, man, Rain cannot catch a break up here in mid. He is getting pummeled, and that's been the story of his life so far, especially on T side where he's constantly out at mid. He just gets caught. What is going on over on ramp though for FaZe? Bit of a mix-up.
Brute force attack, a dictionary attack on the A-bomb site. Out come the smoke grenades. Get your password lists ready because they're looking to crack. And it's Nexa. He'll have the difficult task, just like Rain did on his CT side, and in they go. Twist elevated, looking around, looking for targets, scanning like a turret. 5-on-3 for FaZe as they look to push G2 further away from match points here on Mirage. And this retake looks like a non-starter for G2. But again, they've got the money, they have to go for it. Jax looking for something. Both players with defuse kits. There is a molly, which will be deployed. Nico now. So many places to look for players, and so many opportunities for Cold Zero to rack up yet more kills. 43 now. And it's FaZe on game point.
Just one of the most ridiculous maps of CS that we've had in a long time. And you can see them getting fired up now. And this time, finally, they're in the driver's seat here, FaZe. Finally, they're the ones who are getting close to extending it. It's not two rounds. It's a single round here. And, well, managing to punish Amanek for getting aggressive in the last round. So I'll be curious. I don't think that Amanek is going to be going aggro Palace again. Instead, it's Brokey catching Nico. Again, Brokey with the opening kill here.
Punctured like a football.
Taking Nico out as well, the hitter here for G2. That's a bad deal. And so G2 once again down a man. And FaZe content to just sit and wait. They're going to play out their advantage, although they're a little light on the nades. They have 2 smoke grenades here. So it may be more of a scrim approach on this A site for FaZe.
Really looking to abuse the numbers. Great timing from Hunter, exactly what they needed. The Lurker has been eliminated, but can they get personnel on the A-bomb site at all? There's nobody there. Retake territory again. Amanek looking for an angle towards Palace, not quite finding it. Hunter has a HE. No mollies to reach the bomb plant here. Well then, how do you retake? They don't even have a flashbang to take an angle, G2. But there is an incendiary for Nexa, and Cold Zero is looking for the flash. He is Bobby Big Brain today. That is 44 kills for him. Brokey now posting up. And Molly may force him away there, but again, there's no flashes. It's nothing but dry peaks. That's a successful one. 3-on-3 now. Bomb continues to tick faster and faster. It's a horrible plant for G2 to try and defuse, especially with Rain at Tetris. They've got to press on now. No smokes. They've got to find some kills quick. Otherwise, we're going to a third map, and it seems that will be the case. Amanek versus 3. FaZe finally do it after so many match points. You can see the release of energy on the cameras. We are not done with this game just yet.
And Rain is just like, I'm done with this, man. I'm fed up with this. Unbelievable that we managed to go the distance like that in such fashion. Triple overtime, getting